Hey, we back with the law. Oh, my controller turned off. Hold on. The cool music will start in a moment. There we go. Oh, I actually am still in the middle of the case. Well, you get this song anyway. Oh, that's loud, boy. Okay. Hi. What's up, Fod Progs? What's up, friends? What's up, everyone? How you doing? I guess we'll just do this thing. I guess we'll just start this thing. We started in ended in the middle of the case, I think. I don't know, maybe not quite the middle, maybe like the first third. Actually kind of want to refresh my memory here. Yeah, okay, yeah, this Rakugo master gets murdered. This one guy who's like a student is accused of murdering him, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We didn't get that far, actually. That's basically what happened. And I think the witnesses have all just been other students at that school. So yeah, Clown Girl is one of them, if you remember her. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we met a new guy last time. This guy, Uendo. He's the Rakugo Storyteller, Uendo Tornado. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. Oh, I love him, actually. After all, that'd be a Rakugo. No. Haha, no. You can't be saying that. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Hold it!
You can't leave yet. You've only just introduced yourself. Hi, Arrow. Welcome. Good to see you. Oh, my. Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph? One moment. That's a pretty good animation. Ow! What do you think you're doing? No need to stand on ceremony. My fan deserves a fan, after all. Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, it's gonna take a lot to get any information out of this guy, I think. A fan for a fan. Nice one. Oh, why, if it isn't Simon? How are you on this fine day, sir? Oh, you know Simon. Oh, right, okay. He was at the school. Yeah, he knows the people there. Quite a dilly of a pickle we found ourselves in, wouldn't you say? I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Uendo. Never performed in a place like this, you know. I got the butterflies here, can't you see? Why do I always get the weird ones? Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand. Ah, I suppose you're right. In that case, I was promoted to Futatsume yesterday and received the stage name of Uendo. The show was our way of celebrating my new name and middle rank standing. Guy who just got a job in middle management. Oh wait. Oh my god, wait. Uh-oh. There's some I think there might be a little bit. I think he might smack of gender a little bit. And then that happened. I never dreamed something like that happened, not in a million years. And just as I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shisho, too. Yeah, plus I'm worried about Geiru. Aww. The way she clung to Shisho, poor thing. I told her to keep a stiff upper lip. Stiff like rigor mortis. Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, I just realized something. Okay. Okay. Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho will come scold you from the grave. Wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know, if it meant seeing him again. Wendell, please, as charming as your various okay, he's just doing characters. Okay, he's just doing bits. Okay. I think. This isn't Rakugo's Cage. I don't think we're going to examine that any further, to be fair, but... Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene. The proof of the accused's guilt. Shisho's dying message. I noticed Shisho's dying message right away. The stiff cars were right there next to the stiff, you see. Hey now, enough with the silly puns already. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the master's final message, left as he drowned in soba broth. It's so like Shisho not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style. Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid. Honestly, I agree. For once, me and Judge are on the same page. But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor. And Uendo, the murder weapon hasn't been determined yet. So how can you say that the victim was drowned in soba broth? Best viewers. Well, I don't think you two are the best viewers. I'll tell you that much. I don't remember how to. I think this worked. Okay, I got you. Got that one. Okay. Dang, I've never had two spam bots at the same time. That's a new one. Anyway. It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was found with his face shoved in a bowl. It's only natural to assume he was drowned in the broth for the noodles. So we're not here to assume things, Uendo, so please stick to just the facts. My, it's so like a soba chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? And with the Karuta message he left behind, it's clear Bucky Wet did it. Setting aside the issue of the murder weapon for now, that dying message certainly does seem to be irrefutable evidence. Indeed, it proves the absolute guilt of the accused. Even I've got to admit that I can't see how that message could mean anything else. Bucky used soba for the deed, all to get back to soba shop deed. Wait, was he sitting on a bunch of pillows? I just processed that. My brain cells just put that together. I'm not really sure what that is. Is that some kind of Rakugo thing? I don't really know. I don't know that much about Rakugo. This testimony makes Mr. White look super guilty. I have to do something. That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce. What do you mean, Simon? What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help. I did, and I won't. Thank you very much. Simon must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. I better listen carefully and try to see what he found. What if it was a gross examination and it was nasty? Something to think about, folks. Okay. Okay, well, there was the obvious thing of... Let me see. Okay, the murder weapon hasn't been determined yet, so how can you say the victim was drowned in soba broth? Okay, they pretty much called it out, right? I want to press that. I'm going to press that. They really need a skip button for this.
Hold it!
So the victim lined up those cards at his final moments? How can you be so certain that's how it went down? I know Shisho. He would never let someone get the last word on him, even in death. With his face in the soba broth and his consciousness fading away, He left a message that pointed towards Bucky as he left this world. It's the only way it could have happened. Wait, the only way? Now you're just speculating. Look, a dying message is something you leave as you're dying, right? I saw a scene like that in a detective show. Wendo, we have a saying in my country. Silence is more precious than diamonds. Yeah, tell us about some of the other sayings from your country, buddy. Tell us about some of the other courtroom policies in your country, buddy. I would love to know what goes on there. That's crazy. Please don't speak any more than is necessary. But talking is my livelihood, you know. I talk all the time. This and that, truths and untruths. I can't stop myself from talking. Wait, truth? Wait, run that back. Truths on truths? Hopefully you'll stick to the truths without any of those untruths. Okay, so pressing that didn't do anything. I'm pretty sure it's this though. Yeah, coming from more like Nayapta. more like Nayuta Yabmati. He's the king of yapping himself. Most of his words don't actually say anything. Suffocation, nothing was found in his lungs. How did you know that? So we don't know how he died, but he did not drown. That's like, yeah. There's a contradiction in Wendo's testimony. And would you care to explain where, Miss Sykes? Yay, it's widget time. Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs. Ah, yes, it does say that, doesn't it? Yeah, that's kind of a, yeah. Yeah, I was basically, yeah, pretty much. They kind of don't, this game, typically, I would say that this game overall has been easier than previous ones. There's been a couple where I was like, I have no idea what they're asking me to do. But sometimes they're literally just outright saying it. I don't think that this is even the first time. Huh. He had drawn a bowl of soba, then there should have been soba broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth. Pew! What? This is the contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon? Not bad. Not bad at all. I guess I showed you. This Simon Athena dynamic is interesting. I feel like we didn't really see much of that before. Even though we saw so much Athena, we didn't see much. Well, I don't know. We never really had much non-courtroom discussion with them. Every time Athena and Simon interacted before was on the other sides of the bench. Now they're suddenly on the same side. It's kind of interesting. It's like a dynamic is forming. I don't know how much they're gonna do with it with the time we have left, but yeah, this feels like it could have easily. Honestly, this feels like it could have been a cut Dual Destinies episode. This feels like a rough draft that they scrapped of the first case of Dual Destinies. They easily could have used this to establish Athena's character. Actually, I wish they did, because she's kind of actually being somewhat assertive and, like, you know, I don't know. I definitely feel like that's a more recent thing, which is, you know, probably more to do with, you know, we saw her first few cases and she's probably more comfortable in court than she was. I mean, she was basically having, like, PTSD episodes in the middle of the courtroom before, so I'd say she's doing okay. I say she's definitely healing. That girl was not good. That girl was not good. And we also have to think about the you know, the whole case. The whole case where yeah, you definitely did some stuff to a corpse after somebody was murdered. Unfortunately, we all just have to live with that. No, you didn't murder your mom, but you did mess with her corpse. Let's be honest. Yeah, literally. Yeah, like she's got this guy who's like intentionally like the kind of guy who would like definitely set that off. Like when everyone's trying to beat your ass in court, which is kind of happening now, and she's just kind of like, screw you. So I'd say that's pretty good. I'd say that's development. But if drowning in the soba bath wasn't the cause of death, then what was the victim's face thrust into that bowl? When was... Typhoon Tornado's face was thrust into the bowl. Ooh, interesting. It could be before or after. I would imagine after, since it was where he was found. I don't think that was... I'm pretty sure it's after the murder. It couldn't be before the murder, otherwise he would have drowned. Because no soba bath was discovered in the victim's lungs. His head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's when the soba bath must have been spilled onto the Karuta cards. In other words, the victim could not have lined the cards up as he was drowning. Oh, I see. So it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing? I'm afraid I don't know yet. Objection. Here we go again. Where does this guy get off having such long animations? That's so like him. You boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive? My sides are liable to split at the absurdity. What, and I suppose you know why? Of course, desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the perpetrator. Clavier can do whatever he wants. Whatever you say, beautiful. Yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim. Feelings of resentment over the theft of the soba shop's deed, no doubt. Just great, now the judge has an even more unfavorable impression of Bucky.
Silence!
Must you come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had time enough to set up Master Tornado's body, do you think they would have honestly failed to notice the dying message? Good point. The cards were right. Okay, so we're I guess we're dropping the pretense now, and Simon is just helping Athena. So there's that. The cards were right in front of his body after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh?
Objection!
Ah, but wasn't the accused rational at the time, given the way he stormed out of that room?
Silence!
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask Guendo. Me? You saw the Karuta cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious little of what I wish to know. Well, those cards are from Shisho's special Soba Scenes of Tokyo Past set. Each card is related in some way to Soba. Spare me the history lesson, just tell me how the cards looked at the scene and no more. Well, there was soba broth spilled all over them. That's not much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Sadmani, do you have a photo that shows the cards more clearly? I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor. Oh, okay. Wavy hound, equipment, traditional, nostalgic, ouch, 4. Well, tearing prosecutor sad monks. That's a good one, sad monk. Conclusive evidence apart should be a breeze with this. Huh? Don't tell me you haven't noticed. Don't be silly, of course I have. Not noticed anything, but I can't exactly say that now, can I? They spell it wet number 4. Okay. Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecution's claim about these cards? Well, go on then. Alright, it's do or die. All I had to do is study the picture and... These cards... can I look at them again? Yeah, okay. Oh! Only no. Oh, wait, no, the liquid is not consistent on them. See how there's a part that's there's a part in the middle that's white, even though it's right in the middle of the liquid. So these were rearranged. These cards were rearranged. But how can you tell? Please take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of us. Where exactly should we be looking, Miss Sykes? The soba broth stains. Please focus your attention on the soba broth stains on these cards. The outline of these stains don't match up with the larger stain on the table. I didn't even have to think about that. This is like baby mode. I love it. This is perfect for me. I feel so silly at playing these games sometimes. Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And please recall that the soba broth was spilled and got on the cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl. Yes, go on. By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client. What? Then if we put the cards back in their original positions, we can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing toward. That's true. Then what are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so that the stains match up. It's puzzle time! Where was the W card originally? Okay. Oh, wait, this is kind of an unruly way to do this. I guess it would be this one. Yeah, there we go. H. H, 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 H. That one. Man, this is really like some Sesame Street shit. I can't believe I'm matching letters. They got me doing Elmo's World cases. Okay, I'm just being silly, but yeah. I don't mind a relatively low stakes case, honestly. I don't think that's a bad thing. Perfect match. Next up is the T card. Let's see, where was the T card? That's gotta be this one. Great, that fits right in there. Now the N card. Let's see. Where was this N card originally? That one would be right here. Oh, okay, that's definitely the top left one. This one. Nice, almost done now. The last card is 4. Yeah, this one's obvious. It's almost fully stained.
Take that!
Yay! So the message wet number 4 was originally supposed to say Owen 4th. Oh my god. UNON. UNON was her. Oh my god. And the original message is our clue to the identity of the culprit. What? That indignant look on Prosecutor Sad Monk's face is positively priceless. This is absurd. So it was originally Owen 4th? Oh my god. I can't believe they did a and then they were none reference. Order in the court. Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye. Sykes don't know where's the L card. L card? Oh, right. Mr. Sad Monk has that one. Oh, get his ass. I never would have imagined there was more of these cards than meets the eye. So now that that's settled, what does this Owen 4th mean? Wait, who else do you suppose is to provide an explanation? Of course it's you. And that the thought that far yet. Change the cards around all you'd like, but if you cannot explain what the message means, then it is as worthless as you are, defense. No. And so the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to earth. I have to do something, but what? Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there. Oh, right, that's a good idea. Come on, Athena, get a hold of yourself. Wendo, does the phrase Owen 4th mean anything to you? How is he doing that? No, there is no one named Owen in the Tornado family or our circle of friends. I think we need to broaden the scope a little bit. Why did he say it like that? There's no one named Owen in the Tornado family or our circle of friends. I feel like that list excludes a lot of possibilities. Go ahead, ask anybody you'd like. You can't be serious. Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have, as expected, turned up nothing.
Silence.
I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this Owen 4th is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wet. That in itself proves that the defendant isn't the real culprit. Prosecutor Blackwell is right. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather, who rearranged the cards? Why didn't you point that out earlier if you already knew? Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. The first was when Mr. Wet entered the dressing room, and the second was when Uendo discovered the body. Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me, who came to testify out of the goodness of my heart. Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming straight away, did you? Even a mere 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough time to get up to some devilry. So what exactly were you doing in there, Uendo? I feel like if we had Apollo or Phoenix here, they'd be able to tell that Uendo is lying on the Owen 4th thing, but Athena has no such superpower. Yeah, she only has psychology. Well, I mean, she's also like an empath, but still. Physical tells can be, what somebody says can be very convincing, but physical tells often are very unconscious when someone is lying. Sip, sip. Put down the tea and spit out your answer. Eat, Mr. Prosecutor. What's that guy supposed to do at a time like this? Yeah, exactly, right? The question is not who murdered them, is did Bucky murder them? And the answer seems to be no. Well, I mean, it's inconclusive at this point. You're the prosecution, figure it out. Silence is more precious than diamonds, witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent. The defense is devious. They are waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue. Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? In that case, Your Honor, I've decided not to say another word. Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by law. Oh, this guy is suddenly like, oh wow, I love America. I love the sense of order and justice we have here in America. This freaking guy. Nayuta really just says whatever he needs to say in the moment. This dude has like no morals. This guy will just say whatever he needs to say to convince people. Simon is the assistant's weird because unlike other assistants, he doesn't have exclusively assistant animations. He uses his main lawyer animations. Yeah. At least we got some new. At least we got a couple of new ones. Did we ever? Did we ever get like the side one? Oh wait, no. It's probably the same because it's a 3D model, obviously. Yeah. Okay. Assistant animations. Yeah. I got you. Any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share? Did you hear that, Sykes Dono? A Rakugo artist who's afraid to speak. Whoever heard of such a thing? Are you trying to taunt him into talking? Such a petty trick will never work. That's right, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, it is not your job to tell tales if there is an audience to listen. Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer. The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's simply human nature. Isn't that right? People of the gallery. Oh my god, he's hyping up the crowd. I love this guy. Simon shouldn't have been at jail. He should have been at the club. You do know that folks who plead the fifth are assumed to be guilty, right? I mean, yeah, I guess, but... Yeah, I mean, I guess he's deflecting because he knows he doesn't really have the evidence he needs. He's trying to kind of posture it like he might have some decisive evidence that he'll pull out at the last minute, like we always tend to do. But I don't think he really has anything. He's hoping that they'll just get it over with quickly. He wouldn't even have to be doing any of this if he was back home. Homie probably would have already been. Rafa would have done a divination seance and it would have just said broth, hot, and they would have been like, send this guy to jail. Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk? If so, then perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend. Are you saying I should quit? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, I'll have you know. Oh, no, never mind what I just said. It's scary to talk, it's absolutely terrifying. But no, as a Rakugo artist, I must talk. If I don't, how can I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify. He did it! He managed to convince Ueno with his power of suggestion technique. Damn. Okay. Alright. Bully for you, Ueno. That's as a real Rakugo artist should be. I love how he was. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Love that. Yeah, I mean that's all he's really ever had to do before, right? He's just gone by vibes his entire career. And that's been fine. His job is very simple. Because his country is one that prosecutes based on vibes. Pretty much. All right, if the witness wishes to testify, then by all means, please do. This really is the dark age of the law, isn't it? He's so dead set on accusing Trucy, even after everything points to Renton's being the culprit. God, yeah, like, why is everyone trying to... Since when does Trucy have all these shooters? This guy's trying to end her career. Phoenix literally screws off to Kurain. Man. They're praying for her downfall, but she still perseveres. Hey, Greg, it's good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're having a good one. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. From what I can tell, there do not appear to be any inconsistencies in the testimony. Of course there aren't any, because I'm not trying to hide anything. Prosecutor Sadmati's right, I don't see anything inconsistent either. But I did pick up on some faint discord in Uendo's heart. Ponder all you would like, defense, but it is pointless. Your Honor, I believe there is no need for further deliberation. No bullying people's wifing, yeah. Yeah. I disagree, Your Honor. I detected discord in the voice of the witness's heart. That's a clear indication that Uendo is facing some sort of inner turmoil. Are you saying what I think you're saying, Miss Sykes? Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to conduct a quick therapy session on this witness.
Objection.
Absolutely not. Uendo, there is no need for you to submit to this so-called therapy. It's fine by me. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on. Impetuous fool! Why will you not listen to the guidance of this humble servant of the Holy Mother? If the witness wishes to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor. In one ear and out the other. It seems this performer has no need for your so-called guidance, Prosecutor Sadmonk. Just know this, Uendo. Your folly would surely earn you divine retribution. Thanks, Simon. I'm going to make the most of this opportunity you created for me. Just keep your wits about you. I will. Why isn't everyone doing everything I say like in every other case? Yeah, you don't call the shots around here, Buster. Uendo, could you tell us again about what happened in the dressing room? I'm just gonna turn on this AI that analyzes your feelings. Kind of hits different. Kind of hits different in today in the current year. I mean, this was only like what, 2016? After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. Okay, happy about that. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. He's sad, but not surprised. I didn't really notice any unexpected emotions in that testimony. But it isn't always a question of the presence of an emotional response, but the absence. Yeah, I think he wasn't surprised about it. Yeah, it was weird how, like, I mean, especially Emma was basically doing whatever he wanted and seemed really worried about disappointing him. I don't know. It was a weird dynamic. I don't know. They're probably going to shuffle it off now. I don't really know if that's going to keep being a thing. I don't really know if we have much time for that. This is literally the second last case. The second last mainline case. It's not always the emotions I do see. Sometimes it's a matter of what I don't, but would expect to see. I better carefully compare Uendo's statement to his testimonies again. Okay, yeah, it's definitely the absence of surprise there. I want to pinpoint this one. Uendo, I'm noticing something strange with these emotions. Some thin stranger with cheesy toe skin, you say? No, something strange with these emotions. How could you have heard something stranger with cheesy toe skin? I don't know. Maybe it's me who's got some cheese in my ears. What the heck's going on? He's thinking. Did he will the floor to open up and swallow his cushions out of some shame for that bad joke? The point I'm trying to make is that I noticed something unexpected in your emotions. Now stop hiding and come out where we can see you. Bailiff, please bring the witness a few replacement cushions. That's a good sight gag. So, what was this unexpected thing you noticed? Oh, come on. His Honor said a few cushions, not a few dozen. Now that we've all had a good laugh, please continue, Miss Sykes. Who's laughing? Ugh, focus, Athena. Don't let yourself get rattled. When you entered the room and saw your master slumped motionless over the table, you weren't the least bit shocked, Uendo. Don't you think that's a little odd? Is it, though? The lack of surprise means you were prepared for what you saw. And I think I know why. This case is so much funnier than the prior comedy case. Yeah! Gosh, you're right. He was zoned out. Your Honor, I had just taken an edible. I'm kidding. Yeah, there's pretty good gags. I like how they do sight gags. He knew about his master's death. Uendo, I think maybe the reason you weren't shaken was because you already knew you would find your master dead. Pew! What? What kind of a thing is that to say? You've got it all wrong. Oh, right, I just remembered something. I thought Shisha was just sleeping when I first saw him. He made that up. You thought he was sleeping? It sounds plausible. What made you think he was asleep? Well, he had his head and arms up on the table as if he were taking a nap. Oh, and one other thing. There was that note, too. A note? What note? You must be talking about this. Resting, do not disturb. It appears to have been written by the victim. I like the camel. Allow me to read it. Resting, do not disturb. Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping? That is a pretty reasonable assumption. You've got to be kidding me. That's right. I saw this note, so that's why I thought Shisha was asleep. I want to change my testimony to include that statement. Alright, I'll run an update. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. Wait. I think I saw something else. Maybe it won't be this. I thought he was sleeping. But something seemed off, so I rushed over to him. Why was he angry about that? I feel like the anger is a little strange. Uendo, I noticed something funny in your emotions again. Funny, you say? I guess an entertainer of my caliber can make people laugh even with my emotions. I didn't mean that kind of funny. Quite the opposite, actually. Gosh, I got this big, handled mug. I have this really massive camper mug. And oh my god, my life has changed. I am so beveraged. And it's big, so I can just keep it on my desk and, just sip on it every once in a while like a hamster. It's awesome. I just fill it and then put some flavoring in it. And that's my beverage. It's awesome. When you entered the dressing room, I see that you suddenly felt anger. What I want to know is, what made you angry all of a sudden? I'm absolutely beverage maxing out here. What? Let's see. Oh yeah, now I remember. As I was going in, I whacked my little piggy on something. I was annoyed at my own clumsiness. He made that up. He made that up. What, you mean you stubbed your pinky toe? Just a little bump on my little piggy. No big deal. It's embarrassing, really. Sounds more like he's hiding something. I'd better dig a bit deeper. No need to be embarrassed, Uendo, but I'm afraid it's something we do need to look into. I don't really see anything you could have stubbed your toe on. In the area around the dressing room or in this picture. But maybe there was something there at the time? Wendell, what exactly did you stub your toe on? What an irrelevant question. You dishonor the soul of the victim with these unnecessary delays. You tell her, really, who doesn't stub their toe every once in a while? You really gotta fuss over every small detail like this? I mean, yeah, that's court. Well, the thing is... Live Simon reaction. Even the most subtle of fluctuations in a person's psyche can clue us into the truth. That's why it's important to get to the bottom of this question. Plus, if I back down now, who knows what new insult Simon will hurl my way? Is there really no trace left of what Uendo stubbed his toe on by the door? What in the world would it might have been there then, but it is not there now? Huh. By the door. By the oh. Is it this? I see there's like an outline here. Let's try it.
Take that!
When did you stub your toe on the table? Wait a minute. Well, it does appear. Oh, it was. Oh, it's the table. The table was moved. Okay. It does appear that something hit the table and moved it. Uendo said he stubbed his toe as he was entering the dressing room. Yeah, and that table looks pretty far from the door. Could what bumped into the table also be a clue as to what Uendo stubbed his toe on? Careless answers will only hurt us here, so think carefully before you speak again. Is there really no trace of what Uendo stubbed his toe on by the door? What in the world might have been there, but is not now? I see something draped over here. It's just like a piece of paper, right? Wow, wow. Oh, there's this TV that was that's not plugged in, it seems like.
Take that!
Please take a look at this photo of the crime scene. Oh, that's gotta be it. Nice. Do you see it? This long track that goes from the door all the way across the room? Oh, now that you mention it, I do see traces of something getting dragged. Ah. And the drag mark ends there at the TV. This implies that the TV was originally by the door. I'm convinced that this TV is the object that the witness stubbed his toe on. Those things were heavy. That must have hurt. Big old CRT. Well, Uendo, how about it? Yes, you're right. It was the TV. Ooh, 10%. There's still more. There, the noise level dropped again. Yes, I stubbed my pinky toe on the TV. But what of it? Why is this so important to you? So the noise went down, but it hasn't completely disappeared yet. Which means he's still hiding something. Okay, then let's try this tactic instead. Wendell, why was the TV moved there? Shisho must have moved it so he could watch my routine. But what a place to put it, right in the middle of the doorway like that? I didn't want to bump into it again, so I put it back where it belonged. Performances on stage can be viewed in the dressing room using that TV? That's right, it's a closed circuit monitor that shows the stage. Crime scene report. He's so good, right? I'll be right back, 1 sec. In a contest of baby girls between Black Quill and Uendo, it's going to be a hard choice. Honestly, I definitely see where the Black Quill fans are coming from, but I feel like Uendo is my kind of baby girl. Now what? I can't find anything else out of place. No need to pit successful baby girls against each other. We can love them all just the same. And I still haven't gotten the noise level down to 0 yet. Simon, I'm still getting noise here, but I don't see anything else fishy. This is precisely why amateurs are such a bother. Sorry. I'm in no mood to play nursemaid here, but if that's what it takes to save the silver shop. Okay, so he's helping us. So what you're saying is you're helping us. Is that what you're saying? Hoi, Wendell. Here's a curiosity for you. This table, Master Tornado, is slumped over. Looks like it was moved. Did you happen to bump into it while you were moving the TV back? Oh my, yes, you're right. The TV hit the table and Shisho's body moved with a jolt. That's when I first realized that Shisho was dead. Oh, but how scared I was. I see. Thank you. We're finally getting a more precise picture of how the body was discovered. But I'd wager you need to put the spurs onto Uendo just a trifle longer. Right. I can't keep asking Simon to bail me out like this. It's time for me to regain my footing and really stand on my own. Uendo, what you just said now about discovering your master's death. Could you please describe all of that again for the court in detail? All right. But before you do, let me just plug in the latest information. Right, I forgot that everything relies on AI, including court cases in this universe. I drove for once I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. Info update. I tried to enter the dressing room, but stubbed my toe on the TV. When I put the TV back in its normal spot, I realized that Shisho was dead. More info here. Seeing him slumped over that cluttered table. Oh, Shisho. Okay, he's messing with the cards. Is that not him messing with the cards, bro? That's gotta be it, right? What about the surprise, though? Being sad. This seems like a sad statement, but he's also surprised. I don't know.
Got it.
That's odd. After the initial shock of finding the victim dead, you reacted with surprise again. What was it that surprised you, Uendo, besides your master's death? What do you mean? What's more, you were even more surprised than the second time than the first. What could have surprised you more than finding your late master? Search me. Your little thingy must have made a mistake.
Silence!
The girl is as sharp as a trout, to be sure. But her ability to hear people's emotions is absolute. Now get to remembering, Uendo. What was it that surprised you? That was a compliment, right? Well, Oh wait, he went back to 100. No. We pushed him too hard and now he's all mentally all over the place. His emotions are completely out of control. Out of control? Care to explain how that's relevant? You know how normally I listen for the hidden emotions in a witness's voice, right? From there, I look for inconsistencies between their testimony and those emotions. But sometimes a person's feelings can run too high, making it hard to get proper readings. So that's how your matrix program works. Fascinating. Ordinarily, it's just one emotion that runs out of control, but it seems like there's nothing ordinary about this time. Don't clam up on me, man. Okay, now he's mad. Now he's sad. Now he's surprised. What the heck? Okay. I couldn't do anything there. I didn't have any problems. I knew it. What's got your knickers all in a bunch now? Uendo had multiple emotions running out of control at the same time. I've never seen anything like this, ever. So how does one bring a situation like this back under control? I'll have to find the root cause of this tangled mess before I can treat him. If I can identify what is causing this emotional rampage, then I can probe to dive in further. I'll need to point out what I think is the root cause and hit probe again. Through this process, I can identify exactly what's causing Uendo so much stress. And that will help bring his emotions back under control. In that case, let's get started, shall we? Alright, I can't guarantee success, but it's definitely worth a shot. Time to look for the root cause of Uendo's rampaging emotions. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. He's messing with the cards on this one, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, Karuto cards. It literally puts the cursor over it. Wow.
Got it.
I get it now. The cards were the root of it all. Don't try to deny it. You can't hide your feelings from me. The dying message that was left at the scene of the crime is what was causing your distress. And if the dying message was the cause of all those feelings, then that means the phrase Owen Forth must mean something to you. There we go. Bye-bye. There. Noise level 0. Finally. The dying message consists of 2 words, Owen and Forth. But neither of these 2 words have anything to do with this witness. This topic warrants no further argument. Sure, there may not be seen to be any direct connection between Uendo and the message. For now. But why don't you wait and decide what's necessary after you hear my theory? I trust you've hit upon something, Athena? Yeah, if my theory is right, we can finally solve the case of Uendo and the mysterious Owen Forth. Well, go on then. I can already tell this promises to be interesting. Now, please share your theory with the court, Miss Sykes. If these 2 words have anything to do with the witnesses. Clearly because he said so, and witnesses never lie. Yeah, this guy plainly is like, yeah, I lie all the time, and also I play characters. I'm basically just constantly doing a bit. Nothing I say is trustworthy. I'm just saying words recreationally. There was something puzzling to me about Uendo's out-of-control emotions just now. Namely, that there were 3 distinct reactions present. I had never seen that before, and I wondered how it could be possible. Is there a conclusion to this meandering musing of yours? Hold your horses, I'm getting there. So, could a person flip between 3 distinct emotions of such intensity, like a switch? In the end, I concluded that it just wasn't possible. Hahaha. So that's it, is it? A bit unconventional, but I'll grant that it's possible within the realm of psychology. Within the realm of psychology? I'm afraid you'll have to explain it for the old man up here on the bench. Your Honor, my theory is that Uendo... Oh, I don't love how they said this. But yeah, yeah. With so many distinct personas, it's clear to me that Uendo oh wait, they actually used the correct term here. Uendo has dissociative identity disorder. Pew! What does that even mean? Yeah, I mean, he literally wrapped up a case in Korean and then flew here. He must be coming back. Your Honor, the defense would treat this trial as a child's jest. Multiple personality disorder. Okay, he's shitty because, as he calls it that. A preposterous proposition indeed. Would you not agree, witness? How did she know? How did she figure it out? I mean... We've kind of been knowing, man. Not gonna lie. I can't believe it. I did it! I did it, Simon! I've read papers on it before, but to think I'd see a case of it for myself. Blimey. Rakugo artists tell stories as different characters, but as different personalities. Love Simon, he's so cool. Hey, you, loyal girl. You got a problem with us, huh? No problem at all. Dang. This is all very hard to believe, but now that we've established that the witness has multiple personalities, could each of them please introduce themselves to this court? Uendo Tornado. I'm a Rakugo storyteller, as you know. Hello, everybody. Patches, the friendly jester here. Kisegawa. Cortisol. And is that all of you? I love that. I'm not laughing at it. I don't know. I like it. This is good. Yes, that's all of us. The Chad passage. The Virgin Moa curls. So there are 3 personalities in total. Kisegawa, that's the gender one. That's the one where he's doing the genders. I understand now. Gender fluid. I mean, I don't know if you can say that when it's 3 distinct personalities, but I don't know. Gender can definitely be weird when it comes to DID. So there are 3 personalities in total. Uendo, Patches, and Kisegawa, huh? Well, Simon, what do you think now? That you're one lucky duck. Just be glad they were dense enough to help you out. Can't you just straight up say I did a great for a change? You appear to be quite proud of your self-defense, but all you have done is infringe upon the privacy of the witness. I couldn't disagree more, prosecutor. Now that we know that there are 3 personalities, a new way for us to interpret the meaning of a certain piece of evidence has arisen. A new interpretation. Oh, now I'm very curious. What is this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes? Knowing what we know about Uendo and his personalities, this now makes perfect sense. Attorney's badge. The cards. Right? That's why he messed with them. I don't know. I don't know why exactly, but the Karuto cards. That's right, Your Honor. Recall that the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen Fourth could have possibly meant. Owen, like the 4th personality? But with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen Fourth actually means a secret 4th personality of Uendo's? A personality named Owen? What? Pokonka! Uendo must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us because he didn't want to be associated in any way with that dying message. No, that's not why. We kept our disorder a secret for a different reason altogether. We've been taking advantage of our affliction to act out various Rakugo characters. If word of this got out, well, our reputation as a Rakugo artist would be tarnished, as would the Tornado name. I respect it, I guess. That's why we kept it a secret from everyone except members of the Tornado School. But really, there is no 4th personality. It's just the 3 of us in here. A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it? But I will concede that it is highly likely that the witness rearranged the cards. Is Prosecutor Sadmani actually agreeing with us? However, is it not also possible that the accused killed Master Tornado? Okay, get on with it, dude. and then left that message in order to frame the witness? And upon noticing the cards when he found the victim's body, Uendo rearranged them.
Silence.
A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside the Tornado School knew about Uendo's multiple personalities. Uendo just finished saying so himself. That is a true but ultimately meaningless point. The witness was only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. That's far too little time to commit murder, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
No, actually, not at all. You could definitely kill someone in 2 to 3 minutes. I assume. Hypothetically. Then who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery?
Objection.
That spring chick memory of yours. Have you already forgotten Prosecutor Blackwill's testimony? Simon's testimony? Oh. Front-facing Simon jump scare. Geiru escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done. Yeah, it's really bad. All of his animations are way too long. Except maybe that one. That's right, until just a few minutes before Uendo entered the dressing room. Taifu Tornado was confirmed to still be alive. No. Not only that, but Uendo was on stage until just before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I've already confirmed with several audience members. Oh no! I also heard that his Rakugo performance that day was a steaming pile of... Well, you get the picture. No, keep talking. Yes, I'm afraid so. Really stunk up the stage, I did. And yet, I have a perfect alibi. Indeed, why not land the coup de grace on the defense by describing your alibi, witness? Okie dokie smoky. What is alibi? I was on stage until just moments before I went into the dressing room. The entire audience was my witness. But my performance was a huge bust. I didn't... I bombed during that very important... No, not a single soul laughed. Yeah, the shifting is really good. That's really good stuff. Really good stuff. I'll never be able to live down how terribly I bombed during that very important show. Uendo was on stage before he found the body, so he could not have committed this crime. It is time to let it all go, defense, and move on. Get this, prosecutor, said Maddie. The Right Anything Agency never gives up. We fight to the bitter end. Allow me to say this once more. Let it go and move on. And allow me to say once more, I'm never giving up. Okay, they're literally doing nuh-uh. What do you mean nuh-uh? They're literally doing it. This is pointless. You should have taken advantage of the opportunity while you could, you foolish child. You worthless convictions only serve to prolong the accused's suffering. Yeah, exactly. He's like, why would you want to ask witnesses? Why would you want to hear from witnesses? That's crazy. All we need is the seance. If words will not sway you, then perhaps pain will. Ah! Oh no, anything with this. Okay, there's just an assault going on in the courtroom right now, and we're just gonna be chill with this? Alright. What's the big idea, Prosecutor Sadmati? That was but a small dose of punishment for your misguided convictions. Are you now a bit more inclined to give up as instructed? He probably didn't take a real bar exam. I mean, I guess Gaspin Payne was able to get called to the bar in Kurain as a as an undocumented immigrant. So clearly they don't even care. Clearly, you can probably just show up and then get a case. Anybody can be one. Oh, arrow. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. As if. But not from you. Hwah! In that case, you must require another dose. Oh shoot. Not bloody likely. Did they oh right, they did. Yeah, I remember now. You're right. That's so funny. That's actually so funny that she was like, oh no, anything but that. Athena, you can't be saying that in court. It's always funny how the prosecutors are allowed to attack the defense with no consequence. It's kind of hilarious, right? It really doesn't feel yeah, like the judge just has no control of the situation whatsoever generally. It's kind of hilarious. Also, hey, Mr. Kerr, good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. I don't give two flips about your beliefs. But if Sykes don't know where to submit to you here, I won't be able to eat good soba anymore. That's right. For Mr. Wet's future and Prosecutor Blackwell's stomach, I will never give up. You will rue those words, defense. Of that I can assure you. Prosecution is like Pokemon. The defense, when they get the prosecutors on their side of the bench, can use them to attack each other. Right, exactly. This is basically a card game. This is your deck of cards right here. All the other stuff is just fluff and, you know, plot dressing and whatnot. The bird was hilarious. I love how he's so defensive of it now, but he was straight up the guy doing the exact same thing. It's honestly really funny. Okay, let's get pressing, shall we? How can we be so sure it was you who was on that stage? Are you asking whether it could have been some imposter? Among Us? I guess so. Unlike a big arena, a Rakugo theater is a cozy little place. It would be hard to fool an audience in such an intimate setting, don't you think? Yeah, I guess you're right. Good, I'm glad we could clear that up, because I guess you could say the entire audience was my witness. Was there anything special about the stage or your performance that you can tell me? For example, were the lights dimmer than usual? Were there any problems or accidents? Not a thing. Everything was the same as always. Mr. Prosecutor, you questioned the audience, didn't you? Yes, of course. Apparently, nothing seemed amiss to them except, well, one small thing. One small thing? Oh, it's so embarrassing. I tried my best, really, I did. But my performance was a huge bust. Not a single soul laughed. Do you have any idea what went wrong? I'm not sure if it was my performance, or if it was just that particular audience. Or maybe it was the story I picked. But every entertainer knows that this kind of thing happens from time to time. I guess that makes sense. Yeah! Thank you so much for the follow, Mr. Kerr. That brings us to the goal of 350. Yes. Yes, I really wanted to do that before May was over, and I did it. Thank you so much. You can forever say that you're my 350th follower. Thanks so much. Maybe we should set another one. Let me see here. Oh, Graffy, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for the support. Okay, we're gonna set a new goal. How do I do that again? It's been a while. Manage goals. Here we go. Maybe we should just pound it up to 400. Just make it a long-term goal, you know. Yeah, 400 sounds good. We'll make it the next one. Go, 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 go. Alrighty. Oh, I accidentally closed my YouTube thing. I guess that makes sense. Still, I wonder how he could have flopped at his own commemorative show. Maybe I should dig into things a bit more. Number of audience members, what Uendo performed. What Uendo performed. Could you tell me which Rakugo story you performed? Hello, Daisy. Welcome. Good to see you. We're doing... Yeah, this is a pretty interesting case, actually. It kind of picked up a little bit. We have a character who has DID, and they actually call it... But well, I mean, they kind of use both. They call it both multiple personalities and dissociative identity disorder. But yeah, we actually have a witness who's that, which is... It's actually better than I would have expected in terms of like the way they use terminology and whatnot. So I basically had zero expectations. I could, but I'm not sure if it would mean anything to the uninitiated. Also, I just hit 350 followers. I met the goal. I met my goal for this month. So we started a new one. That's 400. Tell all your friends. Well, even if I might not get it, can't you at least try me? Alright, if you insist. The story I performed is called Toki Soba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Time Soba, huh? Maybe Uendo's right. He's only said the name of the routine and I'm already lost. Ah, so you performed Time Soba, did you? What? You know what prosecutor said, Manny? He's absolutely lying. He skimmed the Wikipedia article about it. In the course of my studies last night, I became familiar with a number of stories. Thank you. They didn't go oh yeah, DID, so his alters clearly must be crazy and evil. We haven't seen Owen yet, but Yeah, it seems like they have harmony, which is good. But yeah. If they end up doing the scary murderous altar thing, that's yeah, that's a possibility. That is a distinct and possible and scary possibility. I must say, Defense, you would do well to prepare better for your next trial. Literally skimming Wikipedia on the flight. My guy literally bought the in-flight Wi-Fi just so he could skim the Wikipedia article because he did no research before. Simon, what's Time Soba about? Look it up yourself. Allow me to give an overview. The story takes place on a winter's night. A man orders a bowl of soba at a street stall. How you doing, sir? What can I get for ya? I see you've got seaweed topped hanamaki soba and mixed toppings shippoku soba. I have a bowl of shippoku, my good man. It sure is cold tonight, isn't it? But there's nothing like a hot bowl of noodles and soup to warm the soul. You know it, sir. One shippoku coming right up. So how's business? Not so great, sir. Is that so? Well, that's great, because things can only get better from here, right? Wow, prosecutor. The customer talks on and on like this. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. He watched a single YouTube video. He skimmed the Wikipedia and then watched a single YouTube video. That was it. He's been wanting to perform this his whole life. Yeah, you think so? It definitely seems like well, I mean, yeah. He did mention that he did studies last night, so. Unless he's just way into it and he's not letting it on. That would be also be very funny. It was his hyperfixation for about 3 hours. Oh yeah, that's how he gets information. He makes something his hyperfixation for a few hours until he knows everything about it. Many such cases. Yeah, he definitely wanted to do the thing though. There's no way anybody's gonna let him do that again. Finally, when he is done eating, he goes to pay for his soba. So how much do I owe you? That'll be 16 mon, sir. I see. Sorry, but I only have small change on me. I'll count the coins into your palm, so could you hold out your hand for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, what time is it? It's 9, sir. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Thanks and bye. Very well done, Prosecutor Sadmati. That was excellent. Huh? I don't get it. What was so funny about that? Don't you see? The customer paid with coins, counting them out one by one. Then, just after counting 8, he asked about the time, and the soba vendor answered with 9. Oh, now I get it. That's pretty clever, actually. I like that. I'm told you have a Rakugo case. Let me do it. I was gonna have Clavier do it. Aren't you in Kurain? I'm booking a flight as we speak. Let me do it, please. But don't tell anyone I asked. Yeah. I'm literally on the plane right now. I bought the in-flight Wi-Fi just to call you on Discord. Chief Prosecutor. He made the vendor say 9, and then he continued counting from 10. Exactly. He cheated the soba vendor out of 1 mon with his smooth talking. The story continues with another man who saw the whole thing and tries to do the same. But he bungles the trick and ends up paying more than 16 mon for his soba. The story ends on that as the punchline. You can look up the rest of the details yourself. Or I'm sure Prosecutor Sad Monk over there would love to perform it for the court. So basically, it's a story about a man cheating on a soba bill. That's kind of petty, isn't it? Is that really all you have to say about this classic story? Yeah, he just dropped a nickname bomb. Time soba is such a well-known staple of Rakugo.
Objection!
Okay, no, he's starting to weeb out a little bit. Nobody asked him. Nobody asked you, homeboy. Fine, so you studied a lot. Oh my god, this is a guy who's like 1% more hyperfixated getting mad at this is like the guy who's getting mad at someone who's 1% more hyperfixated than him. You know? He wants to be the guy in the room who knows a lot about Rakugo, and all of a sudden this other guy is like, what? You can't outweave me, Sad Monk. Yeah. He's gonna jump the bench any second now and beat this guy. We haven't the time for a lecture detour right now, Prosecutor Sad Monk. Oh, I wanted to hear a little more. But I suppose it is off topic. Simon is so amazing. I love him. He's perfect. Getting back to the matter at hand, Miss Sykes, the witness stated that the story I performed is called Tokisoba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Would you like to add this statement to his testimony? Oh, should I have that statement added to the testimony? I mean, we always should if they ask, right? Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to have it added. Very well. The story I performed is called Tokisoba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Okay. I do have a feeling that's a present one. Oh, there was an invitation. Hang on, I'm gonna turn this off and on again. I think the audio is slightly distinct. There we go. Okay, so what does the invitation say? Inside the envelope was a ticket to the show and a letter from the victim. Oh, Uendo was to do his soba glutton routine, and Master Tornado was to perform his time soba routine. So he didn't perform that night.
Objection!
Uendo, isn't there something odd about the routine you performed? Odd? No, I don't think there's anything odd about it. But that's exactly what I find odd. The fact that you don't think it's odd.
Objection!
We are discussing the witness's alibi at the moment, defense. The show's program is completely irrelevant.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadmati. The reason being, it contradicts the statement the witness just made. Uendo, do you know what this is? No, what is it? This is an invitation to the show sent from Master Tornado to Prosecutor Blackquill. Included in the invitation is a rundown of the show's program, which clearly states that Time Soba won't be performed by Master Tornado himself. Pew! No. Uendo, why did you perform the routine your master was scheduled to do? Well, you see, the reason for that is... how do I say this? You see, let's say it was a prank. That's right, it was just a little joke, you see. I was trying to surprise Shisho by performing his routine before he did. I don't know if I buy that. Was doing the victim's routine really just for laughs, or... Hey, didn't Simon happen to hear Time Soba coming from the dressing room during Uendo's performance on stage? It seems like too much of a coincidence. Wait, can it be? What's the matter? You look like a hen with a dozen eggs to lay. Stop comparing me to birds. Then cease this bird brain timidity. If something has occurred to you, then lay it out for us already. Don't breed resentment in those watching your performance. Okay. I don't have a ton of confidence in this theory, but here goes. It looks like Uendo's alibi checks out, Your Honor, but even though he was on stage at the time... Yeah, that was a weird use of that. He may have been trying to obfuscate a crucial detail about this case. It's weird that they showed the lock-in decisive evidence animation during a completely random statement. Are you referring to the Soba bill the man tried to skimp on in the witness's story? I'm not talking about the story, Your Honor. Oh, I'm sorry, but then what are you talking about, Miss Sykes? What Uendo may have been trying to deceive us about was... what the victim was to perform? The time of the victim death, the cause of the victim's death? Oh, well, maybe if he performed that in his stead, then that might have been time for them to... I don't know. It must be the time, right? Because we don't have an exact time, do we? Uendo tried to deceive us about the time of the victim's death. What? Eek!
Objection.
What gibberish. Prosecutor Blackwell even testified to the time of the victim's death. Oh, did he? Whoops, I didn't see that. I know, but he only testified that way because he and Geiru had been completely taken in. Yeah, that's why he performed it. You mean by the Soba bill thing? Would you please forget about the story for a second, Your Honor? I was deceived? Pray tell, how did Uendo manage to deceive two people while he was performing on stage? That's easy. All he had to do was use a certain prop in the dressing room. Oh, and what might that be? The prop Uendo used was... Is it the cards again? Okay, well, they specify prop, though, right? Oh, is it...
Take that!
This TV was used to view... Oh, it had a live feed. Oh. Prosecutor Blackwell, when you came to the dressing room, what was Uendo doing? He was performing Time Soba. Blast, could it be? Yes, it could, and it was. What you and Geiru heard was not Master Tornado practicing his routine. It was Uendo's performance, as heard through this TV monitor speakers. Oh yeah, he thought he was practicing or something, right? What? With the TV just inside the inner door of the dressing room, it could easily be heard from the hallway outside. And because we knew that Miss Master Tornado was scheduled to perform Time Soba, we were easily manipulated into thinking he was still alive at the time rehearsing. Yes, your knowledge of the day's program is why the two of you could be fooled this way. Simon, did the voice you hear belong to Master Tornado? With the doors in the way, I couldn't tell exactly who the voice belonged to. But because I heard Time Soba, I just assumed it was Master Tornado. Can't believe I was taken in by such a simple mind game.
Objection.
All of that is mere conjecture. Where's your proof, defense?
Objection!
Uendo moved the TV back when he discovered the body. After all, he couldn't very well leave it by the door, because then someone might figure out the trick he'd been playing. And there's one more thing about Uendo's actions that's suspicious. And that is... the fact that he flopped so badly on such an important occasion. What's so suspicious about that? Even pros slip up once in a while, you know. But I believe that this time it was intentional. Because Uendo knew it'd be strange to hear laughter coming from the dressing room. Oh my. Yipes. It's all just a bit too perfect to be sheer coincidence. Plus, if the voice prosecutor Blackquill in Geiru heard was due to Uendo's scheming, then the victim's time of death could have been earlier than 4 p.m. In other words, Uendo could have killed Master Tornado himself. Pooh! We've got you by the stones now, Uendo. Damn. He really said that. So you'd better confess everything. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? We demand an explanation. Oh my, oh yes. Uendo. I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. Is it the defense's claim that Uendo Tornado is the true murderer in this case? If he tampered with the crime scene, then we have to at least consider him a suspect. Now wait just 1 minute. Yes, I admit to messing with the dressing room, but I didn't kill Shisho. Then why did you tamper with the crime scene? I refuse to answer that question. What? If you suspect this witness, then I have a question for you. What could it be this time? Uendo had absolutely no reason to murder Taifu Tornado. Yeah, it's so funny. They did like a sight gag earlier where his pillows get reduced, so he's like lower down when he's like embarrassed. It was very funny. After all, why would Uendo kill the man who recognized his skills and promoted him? Oh, well. His motive was, I can't think of a single thing. It appears you are also not aware of one other fact. And that is that the accused visited the dressing room before 4 p.m. as well. Is it not natural, then, to suppose that the accused killed the victim at that time? What? Nobody told me Mr. Wet had also gone there before 4 p.m. Oh my god, this guy can't stop. This guy can't stop implicating himself. Can't think of a single thing. Wait, hang on. Oh, 4 p.m. 4th. Okay, I see. Yeah, maybe. We were only discussing the time frame after 4 p.m., so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made the time period before 4 p.m. relevant... Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. We haven't even seen him at all. He's been he's passed out in the infirmary right now. So you really do not know what your client was doing during that time frame, do you? Well, it was a very sudden and... Why did you wait till the very last second to contact me, Simon? Don't you give me that look. Oh, I love him. And just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the Master before 4 p.m. either. Who is Mr. Wet? Oh, so Mr. Bucky Wet is, he's like one of the people who runs a soba shop, and he's accused of murdering a Rakugo master. That's, Shisho, the Shisho they mentioned. But now it's starting to look like one of the guy's actual students might be the one who did it. Or at least is a very strong suspect. Mr. Bucky Wet. Because like wheat noodles, buckwheat noodles in soba. Noodle boy, yeah, we got noodles. Another noodle-based case. It's not the first one, actually. We've had another one. We had the Eldoon one. The Eldoon's noodles one. Just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the Master before 4 p.m. either. Ah, this sort of thing is exactly why that prosecutor keeps calling us unprepared. The defense will stop squabbling this instant. Sorry, Your Honor. Prosecutor Sadmati, please continue. Thank you, Your Honor. Defense, you know of the soba-making implements in the dressing room, correct? Is he talking about the equipment for making soba noodles? Yeah, he has a noodle station in his dressing room. A true noodle boy. A true diehard noodle boy. How many noodles would you have? I guess it would be 2. There was the one that's in Apollo Justice. And then there's this one. So I have 2 nickels. Which is not a lot, but it's fun that it happened twice. You speak of the large bowl that is used to mix buckwheat flour and water, the long rolling pin, and the special knife that is used to cut the dough into noodles? Precisely. These tools all came from the accused soba shop. You mean they didn't belong to Mr. Tornado? Mr. Wet had visited the dressing room to give the victim a soba making lesson, and that visit was before 4 p.m. I'm afraid that after the accused kneaded the dough and made those noodles. He committed the act of murder. But wait, that doesn't add up. If Mr. Wet killed the victim before 4 p.m., why would he return to the room at a later time? Yeah, Eldoon was great. I hope we can go back to... Yeah, here's Bucky right here. This is him. And he's got a sick deck. Wet soba, your kit and caboodle when it comes to noodles. Oh my. Hi, Miss Chickadee. Hey, Asimi. The reason I went back is because Master Tornado ordered uncooked noodles. Yeah, he's also drunk all the time, apparently. Mr. Wet. Yesterday, I brought noodle-making tools to the dressing room at around 2 p.m. That's when Mr. Tornado ordered uncooked soba noodles to stock up on. Uncooked noodles to stock up on? Yes, ma'am. Master Tornado kept a supply of soba noodles for my shop in his fridge. Yeah, wow, he's flawless. Even while sloshed. He only had 1 serving left, so I went back to my shop to get some more. Hick. 1 serving of noodles in the fridge, but I thought the fridge was practically empty. Anyway, the whereabouts of the missing noodles isn't all that important now. You ran into me in Geiru when you came back to deliver the uncooked soba, correct? That's right, Simey. I made time out of my busy day to deliver him the noodles. And you know what? He ignored me when I called to him from the inner doorway. He just kept mumbling Rakugo lines for ages. So I got mad and went back to my soba shop. Ah, so that's why you got mad. If what he's saying is true, then there's no way he could be the murderer. I swear I'm telling the truth, Miss Chicken. God, get it together, man. Bailiff, quick, get this man to the infirmary. Well, I dare say he's quite the handful. Your Honor, please accept the statements Mr. Wet made just now into evidence.
Objection.
I believe the accused's statement about going to the room at around 2 p.m. is true, for it falls within the victim's estimated time of death. That opens up the possibility that the crime was committed between 2 and 4 p.m. All these people are like Simon's friends. Yeah, this is like what he knows these people. He hangs out with them. This is actually kind of funny. Seeing him outside of court, I love it. Rakugo lines, he says. Yeah, he knows about Rakugo, even though he runs a soba shop. Interesting. Not saying you can't be a fan or anything like that, but that's the first we've heard of that, I think. Rolling up to court and all your oomfies are there. That's some critical information. Also, there's probably some kind of conflict of interest here, but we're just not going to worry about that, I guess. Yes, Your Honor. But other than that one point, Mr. Wet's statements are dubious and without proof.
Objection.
But they are the words of the defendant himself. Simon, back me up here. He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept them either. No conflict of interest will stop me. Favorite prosecutor? Honestly, it's probably got to be Black Quill. I think I might agree with you there. I do love Miles Edgeworth, of course. But more as a character than as a prosecutor, honestly. And he's not really at the bench that much anymore now that he's chief prosecutor. I think Gregson bookie heard the TV recordings during window and too drunk to notice it wasn't the same guy. Ooh, I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, he heard a recording and it wasn't stopping. Oh right, yeah, he is a witness. That's true. You're right. I just accepted that he's like. Oh, Godot. Yes, he's good. He was really good. He might be honestly. It might be equal between Godot and Blackwell for me. And I don't care about Sadbody. He had such potential, and it just didn't work out. He just didn't use it. He's very. I don't like that guy. I don't know if really Nayuta has that many fans. Does he? I don't really hear anything about him ever. Clavier in the background just walking out. Clavier is in a league of his own. You know. Is he even isn't he not like practicing law anymore or something? Yeah, I guess we don't see her as a prosecutor. Jack Sportsman, God, that guy. I hated his design, honestly. Blackwell, Edgeworth, Godot. That's a good list. I think that's a very good, fair list. I understand the defense's feelings on the matter. This court is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit. Now what do I do? I trust you had no further objections, defense. At last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward to the Twilight Realm.
Silence.
What are you yammering on about, Prosecutor Sadmonk? We still have something we need to question Uendo about. We do? Like what? Well, don't just stand there. But we don't have any evidence left to present. Have you forgotten already? Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question? A hidden witness? Oh, that's right. Honestly, Clavier doesn't even register as a prosecutor to me. He's just a celebrity who happens to also practice law. Van Ziegs? Yeah, he's fun. You're right. I think he kind of redeemed himself by the end slightly, maybe. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You spend so much time to him that you kind of grow fond of him, right? Greatest Attorney is so long. By the end of it, you're just like, it's like, oh dang, I'm gonna miss, it's not even that I'm gonna miss any particular case. It's, oh man, I'm gonna miss these characters, you know? That was the feeling I got when I finished Great Ace Attorney. Affectionate. I hear you. There's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing yet. Oh, and what is this bit of unfinished business? We haven't finished discussing this issue related to Uendo. Probably Owen, right? We haven't talked about that in a while. Yeah. My opinion of Van is like Jesus Clavier. I like him as a character, but not really as a prosecutor. Yeah, that's right. We still have to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality, the one named Owen. Are you suggesting that this fourth personality of Uendo's might be the true culprit? God, I wish we could have done a running tally of how many glasses he threw. There was sometimes in a single one, we would do a count of how many times he takes a drink. That was pretty funny. Jeez, not that again. I told you we don't know anything about this Owen. Look, Uendo, I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but this Owen may have one for all we know. Come clean now, Wendell. You've got another personality stashed away, haven't you? Please tell us everything you know about Owen. That's enough. The witness has already stated that he knows not of any Owen character. Clavi, Francisca, Blackwell. I think that's fair. Francisca is good. Francisca is, again, a lover as a character. But as like a prosecutor, I mean... I wish there was more of it, I guess. You tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Hey, Patches. If you claim you don't know Owen when you really do, that's tantamount to perjury. If you want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well, that's a different story. Do not listen to the depraved prosecutor, witness. You will be tainted with his evil. Do you have any idea how dark and cold a prison cell is? I exercise my right to remain silent. What's this now? Changing horses in midstream, are you? I like Von as a prosecutor, hate him as a character, the way he was supposed to be hated. Gotta respect that work ethic. Yeah, he's really on that hustle grind set. I got that. That's true. I agree. According to Reddit, Van Zeeks chucks about 19 glasses per game, making a total of 38. That's awesome. Man, and they were all worth like $2,000 each. That wine was priceless. So much wasted. Van Zeeks, being such a poor prosecutor, does the hand ways of: one, he's blinded by his prejudice. Two, he's out of practice, only recently coming out of a hiatus, and he's probably drunk hungover most of the time. Yeah, he came back from a bender. From like a 5-year bender and practiced law again. And he's also racist, so... yeah, these are definitely factors that do not help him. 5 to 7 bottles, yeah, of wine, yeah. Sometimes he would take one sip and then throw it. Shut up, I will remain silent, and that's it. But then again, maybe he just buys the cheapest wine so he could do it for the bit. It's like prop wine, basically. Patches, you fool! You stay out of this! Patches is not the brightest bulb in that box you call a noggin, is he? The fact that he switched from I don't know any Owen to I will remain silent is proof that he does know about Owen. There it is again, Simon's formidable psychological manipulation tactic. I'm sure glad he's on my side today.
Objection.
You dirty, despicable, depraved prosecutor. You were leading the witness. Witness, there is no need for you to submit yourself to the defense's questioning.
Objection.
Your Honor, Uendo is definitely hiding something. Please allow me to question this witness about the existence of Owen. I suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Welch's sparkling grape juice. Yeah. Yeah, he keeps the good stuff at home. He wouldn't bother bringing that to work with him. That's for the finer moments. Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah. That's a fun little dynamic. So many dynamics forming. I'll allow the defense to proceed. Bokuga. I've never met any personality named Owen. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic. We're always aware, so we definitely notice if a personality like that showed up. How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture? Defense versus defense. That's a good one. Naito is no fair eating the witness, even though he does that regularly multiple times. Yeah, all the time. He's constantly barking. He's literally telling everyone to shut up when he has not stopped yapping this whole time. How am I supposed to deal with the testimony of 3 personalities? Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You'd best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack their testimony head on. Alright, I will. Just stop piling the pressure on me. I'll have to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out in the open. Never met any personality named Owen. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a bit. It isn't okay. This one is interesting to me. We're always aware, so we definitely notice if a personality like that showed up. Saying that kind of implies that's happened before, right? Why would you know what happens when a new one shows up? But what if for some reason you 3 were unconscious at the time of the incident? Yeah, he's such a crybaby, dude. He's such a crybaby. He's such a little baby, man. If the 3 of you weren't alert and aware, what would happen? What would happen? I'm not even sure what you mean. I mean, you 3 share the same memories, right? But what if Owen is different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the 3 of you are unaware or unconscious. Instead of speaking as if this 4th personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first. Well, we've already seen 3 personalities. A 4th wouldn't be a stretch. You dishonor the victim and this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof. Have you ever heard these old sayings, Prosecutor Sadmati? What happens twice will happen thrice. If you see 1, there are likely 30 in your home. I'm basing my theory on such premises. Comparing us to cockroaches, do we bug you that much, girly? Drag her ass, Kisagawa. But how do you intend to prove it? How will you prove that all 3 personalities became unconscious, as you say? Unless you can do that, all of this talk is merely empty speculation. Unfortunately, he's right. Well, Don't be so timid. If you don't have it, then find it. Look for something that could render Uendo and the others unconscious. Simon's right. I can't back down now. Posture. Actually, I'm kind of shrimp posing right now. I should fix that. Thank you. Everybody get your posture checked. The sun is kind of setting a little bit, and it's like in my face, which is kind of annoying. For my client, Mr. Wet, I have to. Wait, Mr. Wet? Wow, crazy. It's funny that. Let me rest. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh like my soba. And you don't let soba dough rest. Show about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh. Cut the dough fresh and boil the noodles for... He's blacked out. Mr. Wet, falling unconscious. Wait a minute. I think I've got it. Miss Sykes? Do you have proof to back up your theory? Yes. Yes, Your Honor, I do. The proof is right there in this crime photo. It is? In that case, please point out what supports your theory. Oh, there's 2 cups of alcohol. There's 2 drinks.
Take that!
This is probably what made Uendo lose consciousness. Ah, yes, the sake. And isn't it just like Master Tornado to pick a fine brand like Camel? Sake? Oh, you mean rice wine? Wait, what? There's no way you wouldn't know the word sake, right? Living in Japanifornia. Thank you. I'm very hydrated. I have a big camper chugger bottle I got the other day. So I'm like super hot. I'm like the most hydrated I've ever seen. You've ever seen me. Maybe my brain will start working properly. Maybe it was actually because I was just dehydrated. I guess she did live in Europe, you're right. Oh, please, don't call it rice wine. That's so unsophisticated. And it's not even wine. Silly girl. I must agree, you need to become more cultured, Athena. Tomato, tomato, it's made of rice and people get drunk from drinking it, right? It's called sake. End of story. Fine, sake it is then. Ay caramba, everyone's so touchy about these things. Okay, there's no way you didn't expect this. I recall Master Tornado would often have a drink or two before performing. He said it made him more eloquent. Drinking too much of the stuff can make one lose consciousness, though, of course. And look, there were 2 glasses on the table. Wendo, I believe your master offered you some sake. And then you must have drank too much and passed out. It's called sake. It's like one of those guy in a kimono memes. Me when I call it Gyakuten Saiban instead of Ace Attorney. I drink sake. Oh, that's a good one. We have a real sweet tooth, you see, so yes, we did accept a sugary red bean bun. But since we really dislike sake, we said no, thank you to that. Believe it or not, we're real weak when it comes to booze. Even a tiny drop can knock us right out. So you see, I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. What? But that can't be right. The defense demands that the glasses be examined right away. You amateur, did you really think I had not already done so? Or your foolishness is beyond the pale. It's really good. It's the best way to do this. Don't tell me. There was no trace of the witness having touched either of the glasses, naturally. Right, of course. Miss Sykes, would you like the witness's statement added to his testimony? Yes, please, Your Honor. Very well. I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. I don't really. So if you had even a tiny sip of sake, you'd conk right out, huh? That's why you didn't touch the glass that Master Tornado offered, correct? If he didn't drink it, then who did? We talked about him going unconscious. And maybe Owen is like what happens when he becomes unconscious. So maybe he did get a drop and conk out. I mean, there's other three person. I mean, I don't know if that probably wouldn't work that way, but yes, that's right. Then maybe you ate something that had sake in it as an ingredient? I don't recall doing anything like that. He doesn't recall doing it, but that doesn't necessarily mean he didn't. He just might not have known that he did. They wouldn't have different fingerprints. No, you're right. But there is 2 cups. I better take another good look at the evidence. So he didn't drink any sake, huh? Oh boy, now we're in trouble. That kind of answer is exactly why Sad Monk keeps insulting you. Now use your head. There are countless ways Uendo could have gotten sake into his mouth besides drinking it. Well, I don't know about the countless part, but nothing. Give it some thought and you'll figure something out. So the witness must have had something that contained sake. Is there anything in the court record that hints at something like that? In the court record. Oh, this has camels on it. Resting, do not disturb. Oh, wait. Yeah, it comes from this pack. It comes from that packaging down there of the manju buns. So he must have written this. Really? That's the third time today. Come on now. Why is this not working? Why is it not working? Okay, I got it. I think Blackwell knows exactly what is wrong. Refuses to tell Athena. Yeah, he's had this figured out from the jump. This shows what most likely made Uendo lose consciousness. That note? Are you feeling lightheaded, child? Or perhaps a bit peckish? Are you feeling a little hangry? I'm not hungry, and my head feels just fine, thank you very much. Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it? What exactly is your point, Defense? This faint design here reminds me of the paper from... Yep, it's a piece of the wrapping paper on the box of manju buns by the victim on the floor. Uendo, you may not have drunk any sake, but you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right? Oh, they were alcoholic buns. That's my secret. I'm always angry. Well, yes, that's right. I don't know if you were aware of it or not, Uendo, but I believe the manju you ate caused you to fall unconscious. The bean bun? But how? Because those buns contained a secret ingredient. A very punchy secret ingredient at that. A punchy secret ingredient? Yes. The design on the wrapping paper matches that of something else in the room. It does? Okay, this is Blue's Clues level of deductive reasoning, honestly. Like, we literally mentioned the brand Camel. It's a camel.
Take that!
The camel pattern. It's the same as the one for the Camel brand sake. Yeah, and it wastes so much time because he's gonna do his 18-minute long animation. Every single time he goes like, nuh-uh, or, well, that's silly, basically. So just as Uendo said, he didn't drink any sake per se, but he did eat some. Impossible. Uendo had a Camel brand red bean bun, which boasts a nice shot of sake as one of its ingredients. So the defense is claiming that Uendo passed out after consuming a Camel sweet bun, which allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct? Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm claiming. Pew! But there's one thing that bothers me. Wouldn't the alcoholic content of the buns evaporate as they are steamed? In order to give them a stronger flavor, some manju are specially made to retain as much of their alcoholic content as possible. What kind of lightweight do you think I am? Well, you just said, actually. Or no, it was Patches who said that. Wait, no, Patches is the one who just says things. You can't listen to anything Patches says. Everything Kisegawa says is correct, though. Even I wouldn't pass out from eating a simple manju. Then how about we test that theory? What do you say, Your Honor? Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to give him a nibble of bun. Seeing is believing, as they say. Very well, I will allow a test. Thanks, Your Honor. Simon, go buy us some Camel manju on the double. And don't forget to get me one too, okay? I thought you said you weren't hungry. I mean, I guess you can't resist the urge for a little treat every once in a while, right? Why must I? And while you're at it, Prosecutor Blackquill, you will get one for me as well. And get one for everyone in the gallery, too. I'm not the course house stable boy, you know. Oh, he's gonna get his bird to do it. Yeah, you're right, that's true, Arrow. But just this once I'll acquiesce. Taka, I'm counting on you. First appearance of Taka, by the way, in this game. And all of you had better pay me back. Aw, but I thought it would be your treat, Prosecutor Blackwell. What a shame. Now then, let us adjourn until the manju arrive by Carrier Hawk. Why don't we just DoorDash it to the court or something? The court will reconvene as soon as Taka returns. That's to be continued, huh? Oh yeah, he has his personal stash. Right, that's exactly right. Why else would he say? Oh, you know, it's the fine camel brand. Love Taka, very good boy. After the incident. Alrighty. I don't know if DoorDash was popular at the time this game came out. There was definitely delivery apps around 2016, right? DoorDash. It seems they've existed since 2013. Or 2012, maybe. January 2013, they launched PaloAltoDelivery.com in Palo Alto, California. In the summer of 2013, it incorporated as DoorDash in June 3rd, 2013. He does have I guess that is his DoorDash, you're right. Anyway, I'm going to go take my break for a bit. I'm going to take a few minutes to walk around and get hydrated and stuff. So okay. Yeah, okay. Break time. Go ahead and get your stretch on. Grab a beverage, grab a snack, use the restroom, do whatever you need to do. And I will be back in just a little bit. See ya. Hello. Favorite Ace Attorney. Are we including Great Ace Attorney? Because I think it might actually be Iris for me. Oh, sorry, I'm really sniffly today. If we're not counting that, then shoot, it might actually be Clavier. I'd have to think about it a little more. Hello, hello. Hope you all had a good one. I got out shopping today, so I have a lot of snacks. I'm very snacked up and beveraged up. Okay, let's continue. This is the final part of the trial. Hopefully we can finish it today. Steel Samurai clears, you're right. I agree. Now that the sweet buns have arrived, this court is back in session. Go on, Noendo, eat up. Chop, chew. Nice flavor. You can really taste the sake. That was delicious. Yes, a unique sweetness and the faint aroma of sake. Yet I hardly think that anyone could pass out from eating something like this. What's the matter, Uendo? You're not afraid of a tiny manju, are you? Or are you scared of how many calories it has? Don't be ridiculous. A sweet little snack like this couldn't possibly... I mean, it could never. Less bleeding, more eating, witness. Fine, whatever. Chomp, chomp. Gulp. Oh, he's already gone. See, I told you. It don't affect me in the slightest. We might be a lightweight, but come on. Nobody's that light. There's a folktale about being afraid of manju. Oh, yeah. That's so good. Honestly, Kisegawa can call me. Oh, the bang. The bang has arrived. It looks like it worked. Oh my, witness, please tell the court your name and occupation. Oh. Oh. My name is Owen. I'm 5. Oh, okay, we got a child altar. Alright. Okay. Let me get my transcripts fixed here. Am I in trouble? Please don't yell at me. Oh. So he's Uendo's 4th personality? I'd hardly think a child like him could have a motive to murder the victim. And even if he had a motive, could he have actually committed the murder? That's a very good point. Owen does appear to be very timid and weak. Oh. It seems the defense was hoping this hidden personality would be the real killer. But now that he is standing before us, it is clear that none of Uendo's personalities can be the killer. Eek! Where can I even go from here? Shisho. Owen, do you know something about what happened to your master? Come on, buddy. Won't you tell Auntie Athena what happened? Okay, that's not convincing coming from you. What a scary lady. I'm not scary. Look at Auntie's big smile. Tell me about your master, please. Pretty please with sugar on top. Okay. Shisho was super nice. He always played with me. Just like a real grandpa. I loved Shisho. Athena, do you sense anything behind his words? I sense his sadness. Wow, that was a good one, Athena. He's literally sniffing, and and Athena the empath is out here like, I sense sadness. Sadness so pure it's heartrending, but no discord. Prosecutor Sadmati is right. Owen isn't the killer. But then, don't you find it odd? Find what odd? Let's review what we've learned so far. Wendo rearranged the Karuta cards to pin the blame on Bucky. Well, that's because the original message implicated Owen. But Owen is only 5 years old and absolutely adores Master Tornado. Exactly. The other three personalities also have no motive for murder. If Owen isn't the true culprit, then the person who first laid out the cards probably wouldn't have been Master Tornado. So then who did it? Defense? Did the appearance of Owen help you figure anything out? Yes, Your Honor. I now know who it was that first laid out the Karuta cards. But I thought it was the victim, right? No, Your Honor. I don't believe it was. The one who first arranged the Karuta cards on the table was none other than... Wait, is there a fifth? Are we going crazy? The true killer. It's the true killer, right? Surely. I believe the person who laid the cards out is the very person who killed Typhoon Tornado. How quickly you move on to a new target when your Owen theory proves false. You Polkunan. I don't know what a Polkunan is, but I know I definitely am not one. Before you start with the sermons, why don't you hear me out? Yes, let's hear the defense's reasoning. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. But if you are bluffing, I won't go easy on you. Wet's full name is Wet Noodle number 3. Well, his name is Bucky Wet, and Wet Noodle is the soba shop that he is, I guess, number 3 in rank for. I guess soba shops have rankings. I understand, Your Honor. Now then, please recall the original crime scene. Who did the Karuta card's name when the scene was discovered? Let's see. I believe they implicated the defendant, Bucky Wet. 3rd generation, that's right. Right. But we then found out that the message originally read Owen 4th. Which implicated the young boy, Owen. Exactly. The person who rearranged the cards was undoubtedly Uendo. Uendo may have kept silent, but we can be sure he already knew his master was dead. His tampering with the crime scene using the TV all but proves it. I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. The reason Uendo rearranged the Karuta cards and moved the TV was because he saw the Owen 4th message and was convinced Owen had committed the crime. Right on, Prosecutor Blackwell. It would seem that Owen and the other 3 personalities don't share the same memories. But really, there is no 4th personality. It's just the 3 of us in here. Uendo feared that Owen had killed Mr. Tornado, so he tried to hide Owen from us. Oh. But it turns out Owen is but a 5-year-old child, incapable of hurting a fly, let alone his beloved master. So naturally, the culprit must be somebody else. Can't believe he's literally neurodivergent and a minor. And then somebody else, the true killer, tried to pin the crime on Owen. I see. That does make sense.
Objection.
This is not but conjecture composed of half-truths and fantasy. Who then do you maintain murdered the victim? I believe Owen might know something about that.
Objection.
I refuse to allow such impromptu testimony, and from a 5-year-old no less. Such a young child. Why do we keep really hammering in that he's a young child? We do know he's an alter, right? Like, this seems like almost radical acceptance.
Objection!
But your desperation is disgraceful. You should realize when I saw it. I saw Shisho getting... Owen, you do know something, don't you? Yeah. Oh my, is this true? If so, we must have Owen testify immediately. Don't you agree, Prosecutor Sadmati? It's alright, Owen. Go ahead and tell us what you know. I'm not saying Owen did it, I'm just saying... They're acting like he would be physically unable to do it, when he definitely could have. I saw it. Shisho was standing with a knife in his hand. Blood was dripping onto Shisho's face, getting it all red. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared, I passed out. This is eyewitness testimony from the moment of the murder. Owen, can you tell us anything else about what you saw? I was so scared. Oh, so scared. Owen! His emotions are spiraling out of control. Something must have really frightened him. Is he alright? His emotions are running wild because he's trying to recall something frightening to him. I recommend a therapy session right away. In front of all these people. I see. Yes, please do whatever you can to help the poor boy. Will do, Your Honor. I better find the cause of these out-of-control emotions, pronto. Whoa. Shisho was standing with a knife in his hand. Blood was dripping onto Shisho's face, getting it all red. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared I passed out. Oh, excuse me. These are all the same. Poor kid. He's absolutely terrified of something. Whatever it is, it might be the root cause of his out-of-control emotions. I better take another careful look at the images. I mean, the surprise emotion still happens when he passes out. Yeah, really good sprites. Really good sprites on these things. Yeah, Owen is a child alter. He's 5 years old. And apparently he eyewitnessed the murder. Owen. 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 Toe to tip, that's an Owen. Oh. But it was dripping on. It doesn't look like it was dripping on his face. It looks like it was already splatted onto his face. Blood.
Got it.
Yeah, blood was dripping down onto Shisho's face. Blood? I don't remember seeing any blood in the crime scene photos. Besides, if the victim was standing upright, how could blood drip down onto his face? As I expected, all we managed to obtain from this child is a tale he dreamt up. I guess it's a little weird for blood to drip onto the victim's face if he was standing up. Unless it dripped down from the ceiling or something. What do you think, Simon? I don't know. Owen's one confused and upset kid right now, so who knows how accurate his memory is. Maybe it's time for that thing instead. Huh? What thing? That thing that you and your cohorts do. What do you call it? Rotate your thinking about? Oh, you mean turn your thinking around. Yes, whatever. It's the same thing either way. No, it isn't. Who's ever heard of rotating your thinking? I mean, rotate is... hey, wait a minute. What? You know what, Simon? In this case, I think rotate just might work perfectly after all. Round, 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 round. All I have to do is rotate things by 90 degrees. You got to flip it, turn ways. When he saw his master, Owen must have been... lying on the floor? turn about your trial. Why do we turn about the trial when we turn on start the trial? Owen must have been lying on the floor when he witnessed his master's murder. What? That's the conclusion I arrived at when I rotate my thinking by 90 degrees. Which means that all the visuals in my matrix were off by 90 degrees. And this means Master Tornado was also lying on the floor, which solves another mystery. And which mystery is that? The mystery of how blood could have been dripping onto the victim's face. It becomes much easier to imagine how that could happen if he was lying down. Like someone bleeding onto Master Tornado from somewhere up above him. I remember now. Somebody was sitting up on top of Shisho. Ah. So trying to recall his master's bloody killer is what spooked Owen originally. The blood that stained the victim's face red came from the person sitting on top of him. The victim was holding a knife, so he likely nicked his attacker as he was fighting back. This means his assailant was injured on their face somewhere, like the forehead, perhaps. Assuming the victim and his attacker were face to face, then yes. I see. So that is what happened. But if I recall correctly, the accused has a fresh bandage on his forehead, does he not? Oh, wait. You're right. That injury of Mr. Wet's is conclusive evidence that he committed this murder. Why? Okay, we don't know that. That's circumstantial. It seems you have dug yourself into a pit you cannot crawl out of. No. Even though I figured out the reason for Owen's out of control emotions, all I did was raise further suspicion against my own client. No, that would be a lot worse, I think. What do I do now? You probably need stitches at the very least. What's the matter? You aren't thinking of throwing in the towel, are you? But it looks so bad for Bucky. I mean, he had both motive and opportunity. Plus, he has that injury on his forehead. Your Honor, I sense that the defense is finally ready to let it go and move on. Well, Miss Sykes, I understand that you don't want to give up on your client, but I won't allow you to prolong this trial without a good reason. Well, that lawyer did her best, but all the signs point to the defendant's guilt. Maybe it's time she gave up. She tried everything she could. I really, really don't want to back down, but...
Silence!
Yeah, they were wasting our time for nothing. You're right. Nuh-uh, defense. Athena, are you having doubts about Bucky's innocence? I wouldn't say that. It's just... Do you remember what you said to Bucky earlier this morning? You mean, you believe me, ma'am? Of course, no matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end. Were those just empty words? Of course not. It's just that all the cards are stacked against us. Are you still stuck on that line of thinking? What? Motive, opportunity, and an injury to his forehead. Is that all it takes to make you stop believing in your client? Tell me again, who are you to Bucky? I'm his Miss Chickadee lawyer. Then do your duty and believe in him until the very end. I will. Simon's absolutely right. I'm Bucky's lawyer, and he's depending on me. And he's grabbing me. Ooh. Ooh. Anything but that. Defense team, please, no fighting in my courtroom. The defense is ready to resume, Your Honor. Prosecutor Blacko was just giving me a pep talk, that's all. He grabbed you by the jacket, though. Yeah, that was like, wow. That was almost like peeking into the fourth wall a little bit. It kind of... it was like jarring to see. Yeah. I didn't do it for your sake. I did it for the future of Wet Soba. Yeah, I got it. The defense would not to now continue with Owen's therapy session. Owen, would you be alright with that? Okay. So, somebody was sitting up on top of Shisho, bleeding from their head, and smooshing something into Shisho's face. That's funny. What is it? I still heard discord in Owen's voice, but I don't sense any inconsistencies between his statements and his emotions. And there don't seem to be any contradictions in his testimony itself either. Ah, so that's it, huh? Did you figure something out? Your ability to sense emotions is making you focus too much on his feelings, Athena. Facts don't care about your feelings, Athena. Oh, that's interesting, though. It seems like he stopped calling her Sykes-Dono. It seems like he's calling her Athena now. I think the only other person he's done that for is, like, Aura. Huh. You're doing the tsundere thing on purpose now, aren't you? Maybe. Yeah, the guy who absolutely knows what tsundere is. If you could clarify what he's feeling uncertain about with some evidence, you should be able to move forward from there. Okay, that makes sense. I'll give it a try. I'll just update the moon matrix with the new information, and then we'll be ready to go. So I just need to present some evidence on what Owen is being vague about, huh? Shisho had blood on his face and a knife in his hand. He was on the floor and somebody was smooshing something into his face. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared I passed out. Oh, yeah, maybe that was the bowl.
Objection!
Let's put a name to the thing Owen's uncertain of, shall we? By identifying the murder weapon that was used to suffocate the victim. Fortunately for us, I spy the murder weapon right here in this crime scene photo. Unfortunately for you, I spy nothing of the sort. And the police did not spy anything of the sort during their investigation, either. Pray tell, where is this murder weapon you see? You don't see it because it no longer looks the way it did when it was used as a weapon. This is what the killer pressed into Master Tornado's face. It's gotta be the noodles, right? The mystery person that Owen saw pressed soba into the victim's face, thereby suffocating him. Suffocated by the noodles, huh? I grow weary of your tasteless jokes. How could anybody commit murder with soft, delicate soba? The noodles would instantly fall apart if they were pressed into someone's face. Yes, I agree. Well, I disagree. There is a way the soba could have been used to suffocate the victim. What? You will explain your theory at once, Miss Sykes. To kill Master Tornado, the culprit must have smothered him with... Oh. Could they have been uncooked? The glorious detective Gumshoes. The culprit must have pressed the uncooked soba into the victim's face. Okay, do the thing. Soba noodles are even softer and more apt to fall apart before they are cooked than after. I verified this for myself by preparing and cutting my own buckwheat noodles yesterday. There's no way you had time to do that, buddy. He's making that up. How thoroughly studious of you. Bucky wet his slosh like an anti-pun. He's soba, but he's not sober. Maybe. That's funny. I think he made that up. Uncut soba dough? The culprit must have used the soba before it was cut into noodles. In other words, the murder weapon was raw soba dough. What? Order in the court. Yes, soba dough could definitely be used to suffocate someone, couldn't it? Are you alright, Prosecutor Sadmati? I was just letting the soul of the victim know that the accused will finally face justice thanks to the foolish lawyer before me. Huh? What are you talking about? Allow me to summarize your statements. As the accused was killing the victim, he was slashed in the face by the victim's knife. The weapon he used to suffocate the victim with was the dough in the dressing room. Soba dough. Ruh-roll. Rufficated with the rubber roll. Why, you smarmy. Afterwards, the accused put the victim's face into the bowl of soba noodles and broth to wash off the blood that had dripped onto the victim's face from his own. And there you have it, the true sequence of events behind this foul affair. Now wait just a minute. I never once said that Mr. Wet was the culprit. Who but the accused knows how to cut dough into noodles, defense? Gurk. Yeah, he's very inefficient in his language. Feels like he's stalling most of the time. Sometimes it literally comes down to nuh-uh type stuff. Your Honor, I think nuh-uh. That's a very good point. I heard that cutting soba dough into uniform noodles requires considerable training. But then what about the dying message? How do you explain that? The defense wouldn't have known about Uendo's Owen personality. Perhaps the victim was simply playing with the cards and they hold no other meaning. Perhaps he spelled out Owen's name in jest sometime before his murder. That's true, from Owen's testimony, it's clear that Master Tornado cared for the boy. It appears we've arrived at a compelling conclusion. Taken together, all of these points paint a convincing picture of the defendant's guilt. Owen, is there anything else you could tell us? It doesn't matter how small of a detail, anything will do. Oh, you're scaring me. Oh, I'm sorry, Owen. Auntie Athena didn't mean to raise her voice. I had to be gentler with him. I can't forget he's only 5 years old. He carries around a case of taco feathers. Yeah, he probably keeps a few in his pocket, just in case. He's got a bit to maintain. He's got an image to uphold. He's got a samurai code to uphold called Bushido. No need to be scared, okay, sweetie? Just tell us anything you can remember. Well, when I woke up, the person who killed Shisho was standing over me, bleeding from their head. Owen, you saw the killer's face? Oops, I did it again. So who was it, Owen? Do you remember? Oh, I don't know who it was. I'm picking up some noise. Yeah, you're right. It's like that. And then he does those, you know, the fake language stuff. That thing, yeah. I don't know what Owen saw, but suffice it to say, we are analyzing the dreams of a child. You've wasted enough of our time, defense. That's rich coming from you. No, there's still discord in Owen's heart that needs to be addressed. Therefore, I can't give in here. Owen, do you think you could continue your testimony for us? Okay. I'll enter the new info and run an update then. Shisho had blood on his face and a knife in his hand. He was on the floor and somebody was smooshing dough into his face. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared I passed out. And when I woke up, the person who killed Shisho was standing over me. Oh, he has happiness in that one. Well, that was easy. Despite witnessing the culprit's terrible crime firsthand, Owen experienced a positive feeling, one of relief? The person the witness saw was no stranger. Rather, it was the accused. Therefore, it is only natural that he felt some level of relief when he saw a familiar face. Defense, end this madness and sully your soul no more. Owen, who did you see? That nice smell. I love the smell of that perfume. Oh. Bye-bye. It's the smell of... You can do it. Try to remember, Owen. Oh, the smell of... Oh... Uh-oh. Oh no, I hope we didn't lose Owen. Owen. It seems Owen is now resting in the infirmary. They certainly have their hands full today down there. Let's continue in the trial. Yeah, exactly, right? Despite Owen's testimony, is the opinion of this humble servant of the Holy Mother that the child's words were insufficient to clear the accused of suspicion. Yeah. Who else would it be then? Maybe it's Geiru? Or maybe Uendo wears perfume? I don't know. He does seem to have female alters, so maybe some of them wear perfume. I mean anybody can wear perfume. It's not a gender thing, you know what I mean? I believe it's a clue that will lead us to the true culprit. But there are thousands of perfumes in the world. It could even be the scent of the hair product the accused uses. He does have one amazing hairstyle, so that's certainly possible. Only because we've ruled out everyone else. Yeah. Yeah, she's the only one we haven't heard from in a bit. The witness is a 5-year-old boy. He cannot tell the difference between conventional perfumes and hair products. Ugh, why couldn't you have gone for a crew cut or something, Bucky? What's more, the only person who can cut soba noodles with such precision is the accused, and no other. Oh man, how am I supposed to argue with that? And so, the person Owen saw at the scene of the crime can only be the accused, Bucky Wet. Huh? Huh? What? What the? Oh, hey. Hey! I never use hair products or anything with a smell. Hick. Or something like that, the smell again to the soba. Boom, check it. And he's gone. Oh, he's giving everybody noodles. I want some too. Mr. Wet, aren't you supposed to be resting in the infirmary? Whatever. You think I'd let my soba stink of perfume? Try that chilled soba for yourself and see. I believe we have no choice but to try it. Strictly for examination purposes, of course. Now then, let's dig in, shall we? Man, everyone's munching and crunching in this thing. This is the most eating we've done in the middle of a trial, and I think the whole series. That was delightful. Well, I'm satisfied that there are no traces of hair products or perfumes in Mr. Wet's soba. First sweet bean buns, and now savory soba. What a delectable trial this has been. Everyone is forgetting Bucky taught the victim how to cut. Oh, right, there was that. Yeah. I think I thought about that, but I didn't mention it. Yeah, honestly, that's pretty good. What a delectable trial this has been. The texture is different from the soba I had the other day. It reminds me of a dish we have in Kurain called Banu Pun. What did you think, Miss Jiggity? My soba's pretty good, isn't it? It's delicious. Don't you think so, Simon? It still pales in comparison to his late father's cuisine. Simey, why you always gotta be so hard on me? Oh, here he goes. Bailiff, take the defendant back to the infirmary at once for some rest. Rest. Hey, I ain't a lump of plain old weedy udon dough, you know. Maybe they have one soba restaurant in Korean. I'm fresh like my soba. You don't let soba dough rest. It's about the 3 freshes of soba. Grind the seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. Goodbye. Good grief, what a defendant. At least Bucky wasn't the source of the perfume smell. Wait, smelly perfume. It looks like you remembered something. The phrase smelly perfume reminded me of a certain somebody. Oh, and who might that be? There's only one person that comes to mind. The phrase smelly perfume reminded me of this person. Wow, she's 34 years old. She can honestly, she can text me anytime.
Take that!
Gator Tornado. Yes, she did smell very nice, didn't she? Just a moment. Defense, you would throw suspicion on Geiru now because of a scent. Your Honor, there is no need to go along with these ever-changing claims of the defense. I suppose their claims have been awfully inconsistent. But Geiru could have been at the crime scene. I honestly thought Geiru was like a young adult. I didn't realize she was in her 30s. Love that for her, honestly. Yes, but you'll get to see those balloons of hers if we call her back to the witness stand. How vulgar. His Honor is not interested in such things. Setting the matter of her balloons aside entirely, I do believe it's appropriate to ask Geiru some questions given the circumstances. This has nothing to do with her balloons, of course. Thank you, Your Honor. Pokunka. Here she is, the main character. Bonk. Thank you for calling this disciple of the Tornado School of Rakugo back for an adventure. It's me, the balloon artist you know and love, Geiru Tornado. 1, 2, balloon. What wonderful balloon artistry. Your Honor, please. Now then, what would you like me to make for you this time? Actually, I called you back for more testimony. But I'm all talked out. This case has left me completely deflated. What? You didn't find that funny? Anyway, what exactly is going on, Simon? Seems the person who murdered Master Tornado was wearing perfume. And you were the only person I could think who wears perfume. Wait, you mean I'm a suspect now? Geiru, you know about Owen, right? Well, yes. I often played with him at Shisho's request. So that means you could have left that fake dying message, right? What? Just because I wear perfume and know Owen? You think I'm a murderer? Oh, how could you? The witness is absolutely right. With no evidence but the distorted memories of a small child. It is outrageous of the defense to accuse this woman. That's right. You don't even have any proof. You may step down from the stand, Geiru. The defense does not have one scrap of evidence that connects you to the crime. Wait just 1 minute. I may not have proof, but Owen's testimony is still... Enough! Please feel free to leave, Geiru. But I'm so close. There must be something I can do. Well, if the prosecutor says it's okay, then I guess I'll be going now.
Silence!
Holy Geiru, you're an entertainer, aren't you? Once you go on stage, it's your duty to complete your performance, is it not? So what are you doing leaving halfway through? Eee! Oh no, you deflated her balloon. There's a bandage on Geiru's forehead. Oh. Ah. No, I don't think the prosecution can do that. Impossible. How did you know, Simon? I didn't, but I had to take a chance and see for myself. Otherwise, your theory would remain a groundless accusation. I mean, the judge is honestly pretty useless a lot of the time, but there's certain things that he usually should be doing. Your Honor, Prosecutor Sadmati, the scent of perfume, an injury on the forehead, these things are completely consistent with Owen's testimony. In short, the mysterious individual Owen saw in the dressing room could have been Geiru. Yeah, he sucks. We have one more case, and it's a Kurain case, I'm guessing, so he has one more chance to redeem himself. I personally don't think it's gonna happen. Miss Sykes, does this mean you are formally indicting this witness for the murder of Typhoon Tornado? Should your accusation prove to be false, I hope you are prepared to pay the price in full. Simon, what price is he talking about? I thought that should be obvious. Prosecutor Sad Monk is saying he'll see to it you never stand in a court of law again. Thankfully, that's not up to him. I must say, though, he knows how to make a trial interesting. Oh God, please no. Honestly, you know what would be a good idea for AA7? Franziska. Let's make Franziska the main prosecutor. Or at least a prosecutor. Let her prosecute. I need time skip. I need some time skip Franziska content. Yeah, he's very just whose side are you on, Simon? Go on, then, into the deep end with you. You really have but one choice anyway. Yeah, it would be cool, right? Well, Miss Sykes, I'm waiting. With regards to the witness, Geiru Tornado, the defense wishes to... indict her. There's no reason for me to hold back. Not if I really believe in my client. The defense wishes to formally indict Geiru Tornado for the murder of Typhoon Tornado. I have tried to be merciful, but now not even your pleas will reach the Holy Mother's ears. You will have plenty of time to regret your decision in the pit of hell. Except I won't need to. The person who murdered the victim was not Mr. Wet. It was Geiru Tornado. That bandage it's just from a silly slip-up I made while cooking yesterday, that's all. What kind of extreme cooking were you doing to cut yourself on the forehead? Well, what can I say? That's what happened. You also don't have an alibi for the period before 4 p.m., do you, Geiru? But I really didn't know anything was wrong until Shisha was found dead. If you don't believe me, then with a twisty twist. And blue, there you have it, an adorable little kitty. I mean, honestly, acquitted of all charges. That's convincing enough for me. How could you suspect a cutesy little balloon artist like me? Geiru, I've been meaning to say this for a while now, but could it be that you don't have an eye for balloon art? Don't you think I know that? You didn't have to come out and say it. I'm the daughter of a great Rakugo artist. I never wanted to do stupid balloon art. I'm supposed to be a Rakugo storyteller too, just like my late daddy. But Shisha told me to do balloon art instead. I guess the victim thought she had no talent as a Rakugo artist either. So you're still gonna suspect a poor little thing like me. But please stop trying to skirt the issue. It all comes down to the scent of perfume and the cut on your forehead. You and the culprit in Owen's testimony share these two traits. You're dead set on accusing me, aren't you? Your Honor, I'm too cute to have done this. Well, here's what I have for naughty little girls like you, with a twisty, twisty twist. And I'ma cut you wet. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, I love her. Oh, my heart. Be still, my heart. I'ma cut you, witch. Go ahead, make me testify all you want. When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon or mine that goes pop. Got it? Oh my, is this yet another hidden personality? Yeah. Simon, is everybody in the tornado school like this? How should I know? Oh my god. Yeah, I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call after my act. Shisho and Owen were in there, but they were both snoring up a storm. I saw the note Shisho left, so I just left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know? The perfume Owen smelled must have been left over for what I visited. What a woman. What a woman. So Geiru's saying she went into the dressing room, but then left right away. Don't take her at her word. Come on, do you really think I would? I'm just trying to figure out how to get her to talk about what really happened. Now then, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Sushi-Bon. I love her so much, actually. Yeah, I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call after my act. Yeah, you're right. I still love it, though. I love it when a woman has facets. A courtesy call after your performance, huh? Come to think of it, Uendo mentioned making that same kind of visit. Yeah, a visit to your master before and after your routine. That's just common courtesy with us Rakugo artists and entertainers. So that means you paid the victim a courtesy call before your performance too, right? What did you see at that time? He was having a drink and getting himself into a festive mood. He liked to say that drinking gave him a silver tongue. So he was already drinking by then. Uendo wasn't there in the dressing room yet at the time. He must have gone in there during my act, because when I went back, Shisho and Owen were in there, but they were both snoring up a storm. Could you describe how they appeared? They were both stretched out on the floor, snoozing away. So sitting the victim up and over the table must have been the culprit's doing. After all, who wouldn't stretch out on the floor if they could to take a nap? I mean, I probably wouldn't, but I've heard it happen. I've heard of many such cases. Hi, Dynamic Tempo. Welcome. Good to see you. Plus, that matches up with what Owen said in his testimony. But if he was asleep, how could you tell it was Owen? How did you know it wasn't Uendo? I've known the guy for ages. One look at his face and I know which one I'm dealing with. I see. That part is probably the truth. I saw the note Shisho left, so I just left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know? Where did you find your master's note? I don't know, can't remember. Did you notice anything unusual or out of place in the room? Well, there was the sake and a half-eaten manju on the table, but I didn't see anything else out of place or whatever in the room, though. Oh, is that a fact? Of course it is. What do you think? And you didn't change anything around while you were in there? I didn't do anything. Look, I'm telling ya. I didn't see anything funny near Shisho, and I didn't touch anything in the room. Your baldness, I request that Geiru's last statement be added to her testimony. Simon, what's a statement like that gonna do for us? Just play along and you'll see soon enough. Ugh. I have no problem with adding that to the testimony, but how about you, Miss Sykes? I have no problem with it either, Your Honor. What is Simon thinking? I didn't see anything funny near Shisho, and I didn't touch anything in the room. Oh, okay. Are we just gonna present the crime scene again? That's the second time we've done that. That seems a little lazy, gameplay-wise. Kiru, you said that you didn't notice anything odd or unusual near your master. You also said you didn't touch anything in the dressing room. That's right, what about it? Then I wonder who left that dying message with the Karuta cards. What are you going on about? It had to have been that Bucky. Sorry, but that's not possible. Because only 3 people knew of Uendo's personalities. Uendo, your master, and you. Eek! If Bucky had left that Karuta message, he wouldn't have spelled out Owen. He would have spelled out Uendo. What it boils down to is this. As a member of the Tornado School, you, Geiru Tornado, are the only one who could have left that dying message. And as the person who left that message, it's clear that you are Master Tornado's killer. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Will you ever quit your yapping?
Objection.
You are like wretches clinging to the spider thread of salvation. Allow me to cut that holy thread from the heavens and bring you back down to earth. Would you quit butting in whenever things start to go my way? Silence, child. Playtime is over. What did you just say? As the witness stated, she went into the dressing room and soon came back out again. But the victim's note was not the only reason she left with such haste. There was another reason that compelled Geiru to leave at once. Geiru, would you please relate said reason to the court? Witnesses never lie, of course. There was a reason why Geiru had to leave the dressing room? Well, I didn't want to show you this, but I guess I got no choice. Keep your eyes peeled, because here it comes. Oh? Your hand is all swollen and red. What happened, Geiru? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. What? Allergic reactions to buckwheat can vary, though they're usually on the severe side. With Typhoon Tornado making soba noodles in his dressing room, Geiru is lucky to still be alive considering all the soba flour that was swirling in the air. Good thing I left pretty quick. I managed to escape with just a mild reaction. But I touched Shisho as he was being carried away, and look what it did to my poor hands. How did he know that? Yeah, that's interesting. There must have been soba broth on his clothes or something. If I'd inhaled any of that soba flour, I'd have had a seizure, and it'd been goodnight Geiru. Damn, she's like severely allergic. I'm surprised this never came up before. I never could have stayed in that dressing room for very long. A person allergic to buckwheat couldn't be in a room with soba flour in the air. And certainly couldn't use soba dough as a murder weapon either. This isn't good. She could have worn gloves. You knew it would come to this, didn't you? That's why you never mentioned her allergy. As if I would do something so underhanded. I was simply trying to protect the privacy of this witness. I'm sick of all these accusations. Why don't I just testify and get it all out in the open, yeah? If I come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction. And with that much soba flour in the air, that room could have literally killed me. Look at my hand, just touching Shisho's body caused this much damage. There must have been soba broth on his clothes, so I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room. I still can't believe it. Nobody told me she had a soba allergy. Did you know, Simon? Does it look like I knew? Protect the privacy of the witness, my foot. What a dirty trick. Now what do we do? There's only one thing to do. Put Prosecutor Sad Monk to shame with your cross-examination. Right. No matter how small, I'll find us an opening and break our testimony down. I like how the dog balloon has got like an angry face too. It's very, very cute. You're not lying about this soda allergy of yours, right? Of course not. I swear on the grave of my father up in heaven. I can even get you a doctor's certificate if you want. She seems to be telling the truth. Sad Monk is really good. I've had this allergy for as long as I can remember, but I never dreamt in a million years it'd clear me of murder. And you'll come out of this smelling like a delicate buckwheat flower to boot. Well said, Your Honor. And with that much soba flour in the air, that room could have literally killed me. I'll give you that there was quite a bit of flour scattered about in that dressing room. But you went in to pay your respects to your master regardless, right? Yeah, but like I said, I came right back out. I mean, the soba making tools were right there. You better believe I was careful not to breathe any of it in. Oh, that's true. There might be some even on the witness stand right now. Is she allergic to latex? Oh, that's a good one. I mean, just because I still think she could have easily worn gloves and avoided. She could have smothered the dough, but wore gloves, but because she touched the body afterwards with bare hands. And maybe she did that intentionally, knowing it would give her an alibi. Maybe, I don't know. You still could have committed this crime if you held your breath while doing it. Don't be ridiculous. I would have suffocated to death before Shisho did. But yeah, it definitely seems it's miraculous that she hasn't had any issues yet, because it seems like if she breathes any of it in, she'll like die. She has a severe, severe allergy. That's the severest allergy I've ever heard of. Allerby. Allerby. Allerby? Jeez, get a grip, will ya? Look at my hand. Just touching Shisho's body caused this much damage. Maybe there's a twist here. Like you're actually allergic to dogs and not soba. Hey, same track as you, Daisy. You kidding? Bring my little Jugemu in here. I'll hug him and squeeze him like there's no tomorrow. I'm telling ya, I have a genuine, honest-to-God soba allergy. Defense, the witness clearly has an authentic allergy to buckwheat. Any further deliberation on the matter would be meaningless, pointless, worthless. You heard the man, lawyer girl. All right, fine. I was just starting to think the same thing myself. Doesn't mean I had to like it, though. Probably got this allergic reaction on my hand here because I touched Shisho. There must have been soba broth on his clothes. I have a question about that, actually. If you're allergic to soba, does that mean you're allergic to the noodle broth, too? Well, the buckwheat from the noodles can dissolve into the broth, so duh. Touching soba broth can be just as deadly for me. Yeah, that's possible. Well, actually, there is a balloon touching her bare skin right now. Maybe that's not a latex balloon. I don't know. Don't you know anything? What an amateur. I'm sorry. Do I look like a doctor to you? Look, anything that has soba in it or anything that has touched soba is like poison to me. So I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room. So I just want to cover all my bases, but could the murder have possibly occurred somewhere other than the dressing room?
Objection.
That is out of the question. By even asking, you show your complete disregard for all we have discussed until now. Yes, I have to agree. The defense can't go around suggesting new premises without basis. Unfortunately for you, Shisho didn't take a single step from his dressing room around the time of the murder. Well, that is unfortunate. For everyone. Geiru could not have possibly committed this crime in a room where soba was being made. Finally, the time has come for the last rites of the victim to begin. What would Mr. Right do at a time like this? He would lock in, that's what. Off gets, there's only one thing to do. What are you smiling about? Has the pressure overwhelmed you? Nope. It's just the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I see, you have no rebuttal, and so the only thing left to you is to smile. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's where you're wrong. I do have a rebuttal. Turn your thinking around, Athena. Don't try to figure out how Geiru, who is allergic to soba, could commit the crime. Yeah, he would love to. Figure out how Geiru could be in that room and not have an allergic reaction instead. Let me rest. Ha, maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh like my soba, and you don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. Oh no, I think that was actually a press all statements one. I don't think that was a present one. Some of them are just you have to press all the statements. He's blacked out. But yeah, it's a kind of a lazy way to do it. It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting, do not disturb. Yes, that's a note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. Mon Dieu! What if that certain piece of evidence doesn't mean what we think it means? If that's the case, I might be able to prove that Geiru could have committed this crime. No matter how hard you search your mind, you cannot overturn facts. Well, Miss Sykes, if you have no further objections, I'll hand down my ruling. True, I can't overturn facts. But what if we got our facts about a piece of evidence wrong? Got our facts wrong? What are you talking about? And what piece of evidence do you mean, Miss Sykes? Please point it out to the court. Honestly, pick a struggle. Nothing was found in his lungs. Oh, wait. Resting, do not disturb. Rest, like udon.
Take that!
It's for udon. It's not a person. It's Master Tornado's note. The note. Preposterous. Miss Worldwide. What possible connection could there be between the witness's allergy and that note? The answer lies in the true meaning of this note. Its true meaning? This note does not mean I am resting, do not disturb, as we assumed. But rather, it actually means this dough is resting, do not disturb it. Wait a minute, Athena. That doesn't make any sense. You're right, it doesn't. After all, as Bucky told us many a time, you don't let soba dough rest. You gotta let them rest. What's all this jibber jabber got to do with anything? This is it, the home stretch. This note and Mr. Wet's words have led me to the conclusion that Master Tornado was... It would be udon. The victim, Typhoon Tornado, was not making buckwheat noodles. He was making ordinary udon noodles instead. Pokunka! Okay, so that explains why she hasn't literally died. Literally dropped dead. The layer of flour in the dressing room wasn't soba flour, but plain old wheat flour for udon. Your udon for? So actually, it was totally possible for Garu to be in that room and kill her master. Oh my god. What? But if that's true, it changes everything. Your Honor, the defense requests that the flower in the room be tested immediately.
Objection.
But soba noodles were found in the bowl, and Garu did have a reaction on her hand. How do you explain those things? Well, even if it were udon flour instead of soba, you still cannot prove Garu committed the crime. But... Don't lose your nerve now. Keep charging forward or you'll feel my blade at your back. Enough with threats already, I got it. Talk about pressure. Alright, Athena, take a deep breath and go over everything again. Okay, we're doing this again. They've turned this back into Blue's Clues level of deductive reasoning. I had to find conclusive evidence that Garu committed this murder. I can imagine anything. Something of the crime scene indicates otherwise. What was found in the bowl on the table? Soba? Even though the master wasn't making soba, soba noodles were found at the scene. So that means the noodles had to have come from somewhere. Wait a minute, what mysterious serving of soba noodles? That sounds familiar. Where did the soba in the bowl table come from? I think it was the master's soba stock. Yeah. The soba noodles found at the scene were from the master's stock of uncooked noodles. But then why would the culprit go out of her way to cook that soba and put it in the bowl? Why did the culprit cook the soba noodles and put them in the bowl? To hide the udon dough? Oh, did they put udon in the soba? Soba was found at the scene, so that means the culprit must have taken the udon with her to hide it. But why did the culprit take the udon away and hide it? Must have because she... killed him with it. Easy, first try. The murder weapon was udon dough. And the reason why no weapon was found is because Garu got rid of the dough somehow. The real murder weapon was the udon dough the victim made. If we can find this dough, that'll prove my theory correct. And undeniably prove Garu's guilt. Even if we could find this dough, what makes you think it would prove she is the one? Please recall Owen's eyewitness testimony, Prosecutor said Maddie. If the injury on Garu's forehead was caused by the victim's knife, then Garu's blood must have dripped down onto the dough used as the murder weapon. That would make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree? Ah, but where is this conclusive evidence? Let us hear your theory on where this murder weapon is. Well, it's if I can't find the answer and the evidence I have on hand, we'll lose this trial. So how did Garu get rid of the udon dough? Think, Athena, what do I have that points to suspicious behavior on Garu's part? Now then, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. Where is the real murder weapon hidden? Nice barking you did there. I assume you have the bite to back it up. Stop distracting me, especially not right now. This piece of evidence can point to the location of the murder weapon. I made you a murder weapon, but I ate it. I cooked it up and ate it in a bowl. Master Tornado was conferred a light at 4 p.m. Bucky went into the room at 4:10 and left at 4:20. One discovered the victim's body upon entering the room after Bucky left. Before Bucky came to the theater, Garu was outside feeding her dog a number of dumplings. Oh! Those dumplings were the udon dough. She fed it to her dog. The dog ate it. I can't believe the alibi was literally my dog ate it. Huh? What is it? I'm just an innocent girl. I don't know anything about a murder. Stuff that cute act in your balloon hat. Gah. Geiru got rid of the dough she used to kill Master Tornado in a bold and daring way. God forbid women do anything, right? She did it right in front of Prosecutor Blackwill's nose by feeding it to her dog. No, Of course, now it all makes sense. I was puzzled as to why Geiru, who should know her own dog's eating habits, would feed Jugema more than you could possibly finish. Your Honor, please order an investigation of the yard right now. And what should the police at the theater be looking for exactly? Jugemu must have buried his leftover dumplings somewhere around his doghouse. Dumplings that Geiru made out of the udon dough with her blood in it. You fed your own blood to your dog? That's actually sick. Honestly, go to jail just for that. This is preposterous. I want to thank you, Simon. If you hadn't kept me going, I might have given up along the way. What are you blathering on about? You still have work to do. Now, by your hand, finish this wretched case off, Athena. You got it. Geiru, do you remember what you said would happen when the truth is finally revealed? When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon or mine that goes pop. Got it. They're so good. They have a really good dynamic. Well, now the truth is out, and it looks to me like it's your balloon that goes pop. Ah! Oh no. Lol, get owned. Best thing he's done all case. I'm a Rakugo artist. I was the one who was supposed to inherit that name. But then Shisho. Oh, this is a really good breakdown. Oh. Why are my balloons bursting? Daddy, are you mad at me? I've been a bad girl. I knew that. Yeah. I've seen gifs of that all over Tumblr. Yeah. You didn't have to take off your wig and suffer that level of indignity. Oh. She is so pathetic. Are you ready to tell us everything now, Geiru? The whole reason I entered the world of Rakugo in the first place was to follow in my father's wonderful footsteps and inherit his stage name. His stage name? You don't mean Uendo Tornado? I knew I wasn't very good at storytelling, but I thought that if I did the stupid balloon thing like Shisho wanted, I'd inherit the name someday. I will learn absolutely nothing from this experience, and that is a promise. But Master Tornado gave the name to his junior disciple. Yeah, that's why I took my revenge on Shisho during the show celebrating the name succession. So that was your entire motive? I doubt anybody else could understand, but inheriting my father's name was everything to me. It was my whole reason for living. Of all the days you could have taken your revenge, why did you choose the day of the show? Because I wanted to pay Uendo back for stealing what was rightfully mine. I wanted to pin the blame on him at the show where all the Tornado fans were gathered. But then Uendo tried to shift the blame onto Bucky Wet, and now we know the whole story. There's just one more thing I want to know. Did you know Master Tornado was making udon in his dressing room yesterday? No, I didn't. When I saw the soba making tools, I was worried about my allergy. But it was my only chance to get my revenge on the two of them, so I went ahead and did it. so it was a premeditated crime, but in the end you only went through it on impulse. Then, the allergic reaction on your hand. Is it from touching the soba in the refrigerator with your bare hands? When you were tampering with the crime scene after your master's death? Yeah, by that time I wasn't clear-headed enough to worry about my allergy. Geiru, how could you do all this, you idiot? Dang, this sucks for Simon. That's like his friend. He's watching his friend betray him. Geiru, I get your desire to inherit your father's name. But what you really should have inherited from him wasn't his name, but his heart. His heart. Do you have anything to add, Prosecutor Sadmati? Any objections? No, Your Honor. Miss Athena Sykes? Yes? That's the first time he's used my name. I shall be sure to remember your name. That's horrifying, thank you. Really? It seems he finally recognizes you as a proper adversary. He's not the one you should be trying to impress. Yeah, that's actually scary. Thank you. Thanks, that's all I asked, Prosecutor Sadmati. Looks like there are no further objections. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant. Ah, good. It seems you have made a full recovery. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Bucky Wet. Hot Milky! Oh, he's sober now. This court is adjourned. Yeah, this was a fun case, even though it was short and sweet. I enjoyed it. I would say it's definitely filler, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It does kind of tie everything back. Like, if Athena only got one case to herself, it wouldn't have felt like enough, right? You know? Bring out the dancing lobsters. Congratulations, Bucky. I'm so glad you were found innocent. Thanks for everything, Miss Chickadee. It still sucks that you were accused of a crime you didn't commit. Did Uendo have it out for you or something? I don't think so. Uendo said it was a spur-of-the-moment idea he got when he saw the soba-themed cards. Simon, where have you been? I stopped in at Uendo's questioning. Only you, Bucky, could get framed for a crime on a whim. Yeah, there's so much intrigue and political discord and, you know, revolutions actively going on and like a very corrupt legal system. Meanwhile, it's just, we got off! Yay! On to the next one, gang! It's very episodic, serialized TV show vibes. No way, I almost got convicted out of convenience. Well, at least you've been completely cleared of all charges, so buck up, Bucky. On a more important note, what I really want to know is, why didn't Master Tornado let Geiru inherit her father's name? What do you mean on a more important note, Miss Chickadee? Ah, don't be such a wet blanket. Just go with the flow, now come on. You think the master was trying to encourage her to quit the entertainment business? Yeah, you're right, but sometimes it gets caught up in overarching plots. Not always a bad thing, but it does happen sometimes. Nah, that's not it. He didn't give the name to her because he wanted Geiru to find her own calling in life. To perform whatever she wanted without being bound to her father's name or Rakugo. Making udon was his way of showing support for her in her new endeavor. So that's why he called you to the theater, huh? To teach him how to make udon. A more roundabout way I've never seen, but that's Master Tornado for you. So this entire incident happened because of a misunderstanding. How sad. By the way, Geiru wasn't the only person Master Tornado was trying to cheer on. Even though the person in question still seems unaware of the Master's intentions. What? You talking about me? Come on, no way. All that old man ever did was criticize my soba. That's not true, Bucky. There must be a way to make Bucky see just how much Master Tornado cared about him. What would that be? This is just a freebie. Oh, it's this. Take that! Take a good look, Bucky. Whose name is on there as the holder of this title deed? It's still in my name. Master Tornado was just up to one of his tricks when he said he stole the shop from you. I'll be! He was trying to force you to grow into a truly capable owner in your father's stead. He probably used some tough love on you so that the shop wouldn't just go belly up. Oh my god. Wait. That's a really good sight gag to throw at me at the end. I see. I never knew. Oh, Master Tornado, I'm so sorry. Keep working hard, Bucky, and pay him back by living up to his expectations. Thanks, Simey, and you too, Miss Chickadee. One day my soba's going to be so good, it'll knock that old man's socks clean off. After all, I'm the 4th generation owner of Wet Soba. Wet Noodle number 4. Well, I better be getting back to my shop. I gotta get ready for the lunch rush. Hold on. Could I place an order for delivery, Bucky? Yes, Miss Chickadee? Could you deliver a bowl of udon to Geiru on behalf of her master? You got it. I'll make sure it's got all the TLC Master Tornado would have packed in it too. Thank you. Well, see you. Be sure to drop by the shop sometime. I will, and I'll bring the whole agency with me. Do us all proud, Bucky. I'll have the best soba in town waiting for you when you come. Peace out. And he's gone. Ah, it's nice to see somebody giving it their all, isn't it? I wonder if I leveled up any thanks to this case. Don't kid yourself. The trial would have been a spectacle and a half had I not been by your side. You don't know that. For a lawyer who's versed in psychology, you're too full of weak points. You need to learn to analyze yourself more objectively. I can't believe this. Or you could just teach me your famous mind tricks, Simon. They gotta get those sponsorships going. This is an Eldoon's household. No, way to shut someone down, and why not? Because the more pesky lawyers there are, the harder my job becomes. So it's in my best interest for you to remain green forever. Hey, what about what's in my best interest, huh? Besides, weren't you the one who had the wool pull over your eyes by Uendo? Must you remind me? Eldoon's Noodles is a noodle shop that appeared in Apollo Justice, which is 2 games ago. There was a case that revolved around a specific noodle stand. Must you remind me? How could I have known Uendo would do time soba? Hey, speaking of time soba, I just thought of something funny. Oh goody, I can't wait. Okay, here it is. In time soba, why didn't Mon number 9 get counted? Come on, do you know, Simon? How should I know? Because 7, 8, 9. Oh! Thank you. I'll be here all week. Rolling on the floor, laughing. That I should have known. Come on, let's go get soba or something and go home. Your treat? A treat to 50% of the tab, and don't forget, you still owe me for that manju. I love this sitcom. Really, Simon? It wouldn't hurt for you to pay for me every once in a while, you know. Quick squawking and start walking, Athena. Aw, they're friends. They're just hanging out now. Hey, wait for me! Aw, that was cute. I may still have a ways to go as a lawyer. But just like Mr. Wright, Apollo, and Simon before me, I'm gonna get there someday. After all, I've inherited their passion for our courts and the law. Je peux le faire! I can do this! And that's Turnabout Storyteller. Wow, it sure was a story told. Storytellered. Yay! Whoo! Meanwhile, Wright is having the worst day of his life once again. Okay, why don't we put up the art? I think it's got to be this one. This is the key art. Apollo's on it, Dirk is on it, Nayuta is on it, Rafa is on it, and then there's like people cheering with flags, like I said, the Defiant Dragons. So yeah, this is clearly Korean focused, but I don't know exactly what we're doing in that one. Anyway, what's the name of it? This is Turnabout Revolution. And that's the final case. Well, okay, there's also Turnabout Storyteller. This is a special episode. I don't really know anything about it, but it's like DLC, I guess. So we're gonna do that one too. So we won't be done after that. But yeah, there's still quite a bit to go. We are not even close to being done. Harry Rump is in it. Well, darn, you've convinced me. What more do you need in a game, right? Alright. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, everyone. This was fun. I actually really enjoyed that case. That was not as that I was kind of worried it would be a slog, but I actually ended up enjoying it quite a bit. Just a fun little case that's kind of comparatively low stakes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really hope this game sticks the landing, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to expect, but we'll jump in with absolutely no expectations because I don't know what the heck happens. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I wanted. That was the next thing I wanted to bring up. I will be gone until, I believe, next Wednesday. I will be off stream because I am going to a convention. I'm going to go to a convention. So I'm not planning on streaming either. Well, actually, I'm going to be gone until next Wednesday. I'm going to be off here until next Wednesday. HazelCon, I wish, right? One day we'll do that. Spend lots. Yeah. I'm going to get at least probably a few keychains and hopefully a nice, like, sweater or something. I got a nice sweater at the last con I went to. So I kind of want more clothing that I can just wear, you know? I'm sure I can find something. But mostly I'm going to try to find some keychains of the Blorbos. I'll definitely post a pic when I come back of my haul. Should be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it. I will... Yeah, I will do that. I will show you my haul. I will post it, and I will... Probably when I come back on stream, I'll show it off. Alright. Oh, yes, but that doesn't mean that you don't have anything for me. You have 2 Breath of the Wild episodes coming up tomorrow and Sunday. So I have 2 Tears of the Kingdom episodes coming up on YouTube. Thank you. So you won't have to worry about having no content for me. You will be very fed, yes. There will probably be at least one more after that. Probably on like Monday or Tuesday, because I'll be coming back on. Yeah, so maybe I'll do like Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, something like that. I'll decide when I get there. Yep. It's nice that I can leave behind content. It's I mean, that was always part of my workflow with doing LPs again. Just so I wouldn't always have to, because sometimes, I just get busy, and streaming is such a time-sensitive thing, you can't always, like, I can't just go live at 3 a.m., but I can record an LP at 3 a.m., and I usually do. I usually record my LPs at about 3 a.m. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get a little bit. I'm hoping I can eventually get to a point where I have a bit of a buffer, so I can like record for the week and then just upload the episodes as I go. But I'm not quite there yet. I'll have to stop procrastinating. I'll have to get my stuff together before I can get that. But you never know. Make sure you here, I'll send you the oh, it's actually, so never mind. I can't do that because I'm multi-streaming, but It's down below. You can click the YouTube link and it'll show you all my LP stuff. I have like 16 episodes of Tears of the Kingdom. It's like probably at least 8 hours of content now. Probably more than that actually, because I have some really long episodes. It's probably closer to 10 hours of content. And then I also have 6, I think, episodes of Epic Mickey. I'm playing Epic Mickey right now. A platformer for the Wii, which is getting a remaster this year, by the way. Which I will probably stream. I'm gonna probably stream Rebrushed. Anyway, I'm just yapping. That's my plan. That's my immediate plans. And yeah, that'll be about it. All right. Well, thank you very much for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful time. I'll go ahead and post the socials though. If you feel like joining the Discord and chatting with our community, that would be very much welcomed. And you can also follow my Twitter, formerly Twitter, account. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, thank you for 350 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. On to 400 then. I think we can do it. All right. Good night, everyone. Bye. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope your weekend is super poggies. Bye. Good night.